I think we're good. We're good. Okay, welcome back to Desperation Point. Session 30. Last one. God damn it. Last session. Like, this is it.
We're all gonna die.
That's the plan.
Yeah. So this is our last session for this game. We're bringing this to its conclusion because next week we're going to start our new game with the new player, new characters, new story, new fun stuff. We'll talk more about that next week. But tonight we're going to focus on bringing what's been happening in the North to a close. And I think we need to get everybody's initiative rolled first. That's probably a good place to start. And we'll be having Nick record it once again. Here's your recording figure for initiative.
Son of a squirrel.
Yeah.
I got 12.
I got a rock.
You got 12?
Me too.
Hey.
Nice.
No, that's my bonus.
Oh, your bonus is 12? That's 1d10 plus 12. That's pretty good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Just think if you were a watchman on top of that.
Yeah.
13.
Nice.
Wow, we're all bad. 10.
Wow.
19.
19.
Calvin, you said you had 12.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Interesting.
It's pretty good for initiative this time around. Not bad. Sorry, I'm reaching over grabbing high shoes and I shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna eat them all tonight.
Gotta eat them all. Gotta eat them all.
We kind of do because they're not gonna eat themselves.
There you go.
And then coins.
That's the reason I have 30 of them.
Yeah. How about y'all determine your coin pull tonight?
4.
6.
Yes.
3.
6.
Yes.
Starting off on a bang with this.
So
I don't think
it'll
Nick
be.
knows how to not roll a 6.
I know. 3 fortune for players and 3 misfortune for me, or to your misfortune. I'll put it in the player's handbook here. So, let's talk about last game session. We're not doing reward points. Like, the game's over. You're peaked out on an advanced tier.
We can't get a focus in the middle of the game?
No.
We haven't started yet.
That's right. Yes, we have. Dice have been rolled. So let's talk about what happened last game. Who wants to start? Who wants to kick us off here? Somebody should. That isn't me.
So we
because-
started in the area with the guy that was 9 people, and he was the tree.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
That was 2
No, we
sessions.
I thought we started back at
started
We actually started back at...
Okay.
I think it's the
So you
same.
say the
I
wrong
don't
thing,
know.
and then everyone corrects you. You know.
Yeah.
And
No,
it was
we found
basically planning.
Otrig. That was the beginning.
Yeah, I found Otrig went back.
Yeah.
And Otrig is out of commission.
Yeah.
And then we sat down, we planned for probably a good, 30 minutes, and then we just kind of went off willy-nilly.
Yeah.
That's
I flew to a forest.
As is plan.
As is ought to happen.
And then the scouting, Mike did scouting
Yeah.
because that was maybe the only wise choice we made the entire game.
What did you see when you were scouting?
So I saw a delegation at the gates of Sundown Hills, and it appeared that the Green John, with some of his flunkies, including Ulysses Coventry, that was there. So we don't know why the Green John is there, but he's here.
That's right.
He's a snake in the grass,
Because he's a snake in the grass.
lowering the snake's belly in a wagon rut.
Yeah. And it looks like the town is quite busy, but to what ends, we do not know. And I was not able to view the camp of the, what's his name? Spite?
Spite.
Yeah. So we have no idea where they're at, but we know they're out of there.
And there was a bunch of soldiers on parapets.
Dead ones.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they were hanged.
The town.
So we kind of assume that Sorsha is dead until otherwise proven.
Also, the foundry was rolling smoke.
Yeah.
So the blacksmiths are working on something. We just don't know what.
Yep.
We have 100 elk riders 1 day away from us.
That's right. Or 1 hour away from you.
Yeah,
Wow.
1 hour now.
Right.
Because
Right?
you
'Cause it's
planned
morning.
for them to arrive.
On the third day, we looked at the
And
east.
somehow we
yeah.
got through the
Towards the west.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, where do we get DMCA for that? Can you hum songs? I don't think DMCA for that.
Sometimes it'll catch it.
Probably.
So-
Probably on Twitter or Twitch. So yeah, and then I believe at that point you went into the village near Sundown Hill,
disguised ourselves.
disguised yourselves, and we need to hand out some cards. Collinsworth, here's what you have. Keegan, here's what you have. Osbert, here's what you have. And then everything that you have is on his character.
I did give him my knife, actually.
Okay.
I got your knife.
No.
Yeah, I'm just carrying like a regular knife.
So not okay.
Yeah,
Not
I
a-
gave him my knife just because I had one, and that way he could have it.
But I thought we actually did the talk to the guards.
Yeah, we did. We got
And then
it.
we got
Yeah, you
in.
guys talked your way
We
through.
got it. Yeah.
The only person who is not with, because you're currently heading toward the castle, the only person who's not with you is Calvin, who is flying like the Jetsons. He's on his
Yeah.
magic broom in the clouds, in the mist, waiting to descend. To no great surprise.
I'm gonna fly like his eagle
Yeah.
To the trees.
to the trees.
Through the
So we cut down to Sundown Hill, and a sunny day it is not surprising. There's a slow and steady driving rain coming over the city this morning as you all pass through the gates and you begin making your way into the city proper, heading toward this winding gravel road that twists its way through all of Sundown, and surrounding the whole town. You can see the tall, kind of gray stone walls. Being that it's autumn, it's a little bit of chilly rain. People begin to taking cover underneath the eaves of the buildings here. Others are inside. You can hear the jovial celebration down the way of the place where you'd stayed. I can't recall what it was called. But
Cabin
there-
in the woods.
No.
No, the
Oh.
inn.
Inside Sundown Hill.
Oh, I can't remember the answer.
There's like a big stag head that was above the hearth, from what I recall. But you have limited food and drink as long as you want to go there. For what you did. Nonetheless, you're heading toward the castle, and there's not really anybody in the streets. Unsurprisingly, they're inside. It's dark. It's cold. It's wet. It's rainy. It's slick, and not to. I wouldn't say it's to your surprise by any means, but up on a tall hill, you can see the castle keep of the Earl of Sundown Hill, and it's a little like a castle keep. Sometimes it looks like a repurposed cathedral, and there is this kind of long, lazy moat, kind of like surrounding it, with this open drawbridge that's dropped down, and you can see people inside. There's actually quite a bit of activity within. In fact, even from here, nobody's on the road except for yourselves because it's wet and nasty out. There are no guards at the doors. What would they need to guard the castle for anyway? There's probably crawling with guards inside. So you all are standing out in the rain and the mist right now, and you know what your intention is to do. Your intention is to go inside.
We wanted to go into and break the gate to the city, basically, right? Is that outside from where we are?
No,
or
if you
in-
recall, that plan was poo-pooed.
Okay.
Yeah, we got rid of that plan.
Yeah, you dropped that plan because that's when Keegan suggested an alternative. That was to disguise yourselves and just get inside the city
Mm-hmm.
and head toward the castle keep.
All right.
Because the gates, you recall, the gates outside of Sundown Hill near the walls are open.
Mhm.
It's daytime.
Yeah.
And the gate to the interior castle keep, which is clearly like a repurposed cathedral, is open. Anybody could just saunter on in. The whole damn army could if they wanted to. But you can see that there's actually a little bit of hubbubbery. Something's going on inside, I guess would be the best way to describe it. There's a lot of people gathered within. You can hear distant, hollow voices of yelling and laughter. You can see a few people kind of standing outside, drinking from these big decanters, like there's some sort of celebration happening. In fact, you can even hear the lilting sound of strings and drums being played within, as if there was something to celebrate. I'll tell you what.
Maybe do some eavesdropping or something to try to figure out what festival or whatever this is.
Well, it's awfully wet and nasty out here, not from where you're at. Storming. You wanna make your way inside?
So there's basically like nobody that's maybe talking under an eave or anything about what's going on, maybe?
Well, you couldn't hear him from where you're at anyway. If you're too far away, it's storming.
Okay.
That's the challenge you're running into.
Should we get out of the rain?
I would like to.
The cathedral's massive. It's clear that over time they have removed the stained glass windows. They have changed the interior. As you kind of come forward, and you see this man, this woman, they clack their cups together, and they say, "Sundown Hill's rich!" They say as you're walking forward. They don't really pay any attention to all of you. You just look like anybody else who's in, who would be here. You come inside from the storm, and right as you step inside, the whole place just kind of opens up. In front of you is this huge fountain that's like bubbling water. And all around the floor is like people standing around talking. There's all these dark alcoves that lead deeper into the cathedral itself. The music seems to be coming from somewhere, but you can't really make out where. But beyond the large burbling fountain, the thing that you notice almost immediately is these huge chests that are banded with like copper banded chests, and there's a guard standing near it, a man who's dressed like you see someone from old Gralstead, and he's talking with some of the local folk and kind of showing off the gold and silver coins that are clinking inside of it. There must be like 15 chests full of coins here, and there's people all around. Nobody really seems to notice you when you come inside.
I think we'll just kind of linger for a minute and see like what they're making a big fuss about these chests are.
Yeah.
See if we can just hear.
Sure. I mean, voices tend to carry in a place like this, and I think Keegan was the one who wanted to kind of eavesdrop in to kind of listen to what's happening. I'm going to eavesdrop test. This test, because it's echo in here, it's going to be flip to fail, but it is a trivial test.
Trivial eavesdrop. That's an 80. 40 or 4 will work.
You see these kind of, wouldn't call them well dressed, but well dressed for the north. These pair of courtiers talking with one of the Green John's guards, and they're kind of discussing. I wonder what one of them says. With this many riches, we could easily retake the north. Where did all this gold come from? And then the Green John's band says, "Never you mind. These are war funds from the Torqued Lords. Like this is how we make it. This is how we make peace," he says. And beyond him, beyond the man who's standing beside the chest, you can see all these kind of alcoves that are reaching deeper inside the cathedral. Ceilings in here are like 18 yards high. They're huge. There's massive. And then beyond the guard, beyond the fountain, you can see this broad set of stairs that winds its way up even further that would lead into the throne room, or what would be typically the area of worship for a cathedral. But as you look around, it's very clear that this has been This is now the holding of the Earl. But you can see a lot of people beyond that as well, up those stairs. There are burning braziers everywhere, crates and casks. The place is not in disarray, but it looks like they've been kind of bringing things inside for a while.
Since we've been here before, do any of us recognize any of the people around potentially that could see through our disguise?
Well, you've never been inside the castle, you've been below it.
Right, but if they've got a bunch of citizens and stuff that's in...
Yeah, in fact, you almost recognize one of the fellows who you had met at the tavern, like, in summer. It's a man named Jory. You immediately recognize him, Keegan. You got an eye for these things.
I'm gonna point at him, like, not point, but, you know.
Yeah. Like point.
Like, kind of nudge everybody and kind of point over towards him, just as a potential issue.
So above
Fortunately-
words, no one knows me though, right?
That you know of.
I mean, you know, at least.
By the way, it's called the Elks Lounge. I happened to look
Oh,
that
yeah,
up.
Elks Lounge, that's right.
Okay.
Nice. As far as you know, but, you know, you're...
Oh wait,
just-
I don't have.
You're just...
I've also lost my memory too, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, your disguises are impeccable. You look like you blend in here. You look like... Because remember, you came into town with a wagon with batches of sticks and branches, and then somebody slick talked them and got a crit success out of it, I think.
You guys were able to
That's
keep
exactly
under cover. You didn't stick out. Or nothing.
Yeah, we'll assume that the wagon is probably not parked inside there, just to be clear. Like, there's no animal lumbering behind.
Bring it in.
Collins
Bring the
Square at this
wagon
point.
with us.
But the whole place is clearly in celebrating something.
I think since we're like dressed up as like laborers or whatever, I think I would probably like move towards the service type area, kitchens or whatever, to like kind of blend in a little bit better.
Okay.
Because I think like if we just keep standing here, we're gonna kind of stand out because this
Yeah.
is the place for like all the courtiers and stuff are.
Go ahead and make a warfare test.
Okay.
We're sorry. Yeah, warfare. I'd say folklore, but you don't really know how this place has been repurposed.
Difficulty?
It's going to be challenging for you.
51% chance to succeed, and I do not succeed.
Okay. Well, you see a collection of people over near a tall, kind of vaulted, arched opening. There's no doors, by the way. It's a cathedral. There's no doors on it, but there's a soldier there. Clearly a soldier of Sundown Hill with this broad smile, and she's talking with these three servants as they are drinking as well.
Okay.
Like these people are sloshed.
So even the servants agree.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All
we're good.
all pomp and circumstance has been shed in celebration.
Is there people walking around with like platters or whatever that have like mugs and things?
No, but as you turn around, you can see opposite from where you're standing, where you're looking, you're like, that must be the service quarters. You turn around, you can see another alcove, similar to this one, like a tall, vaulted, arched room. I think it's about like 8-9 yards high. It's like 18 feet high, like archway. And beyond that, you can see what appears to be a service area where there are tables and people sitting at the tables and people behind the bar, and there are crates and boxes and many other things there. That must be where all the food and the drink is coming, where the drink is coming from at least. Not a lot of food to be spoken of. It's not like a fancy party where they're carrying on platters of things, but if you're to find something to eat, you probably want to go there.
Keegan's gonna go look for a drink.
Okay. Easily done.
I'll have myself a meal.
What is this plan here?
We're waiting.
Well, okay.
Might as well get your fill in.
I'll follow suit and right along.
I'm gonna drink a bit and try to talk to some of the people around, the servants and whatnot.
Let's get closer to the entrance and see. Because I'm really waiting on him.
My signal is everyone running out screaming. That's when I enter.
I love it. Yeah, you look out in the storm as you kind of peek your head outside in the rain, Chauncey. It's dark and gray outside, and those are huge double doors. Like it's kind of hard to really. You're not really sure where he's at. Meanwhile, You're kind of like hovering somewhere up there in the storm. You can see someone come to the door, but you have no idea who it is.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a massive like set of like double doors.
Yeah.
And the doors are open. It's a cathedral.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to really care about who's coming and going. Now, if you were armed, that would be a different story. So it's actually probably good that you all left your, your
Yeah.
big fucking swords and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go schmooze.
Okay.
Find out what I can find out.
Every once so often, where the windows are, where they used to be stained glass, you see the flash of lightning outside. They replace it with just normal panes of glass, and as you come within this room, the room is kind of actually fairly quiet, as compared to the rest of the place, because there's nobody really kind of celebrating in here. They're all outside in the nave, I should say. Let me kill the storm sounds here, but yeah, you can hear the hollow echoes of people walking around, the distant sound of people talking. It's very quiet in here. The fellow who's at the door, behind the bar, kind of smiles broadly. You hear a contingent of people kind of walking by around a corner as they go even deeper inside, beyond this chamber, deeper within the cathedral, walking through an archway.
This place is massive.
Yeah. Hello there. Man smiles. Celebrating too? He, without even questioning, he slides enough tankards for all of you. If you're all there. Are you all there? Save for Mike, obviously.
Sure, I'll wander back
think
that
so.
way. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Much to celebrate for today, he says.
He can kind of laugh. Never seen that kind of money in my life.
I don't think many of us have, friend. He smiles and raises his tankard and...
Not sure how they got it here. Seems like it'd break every horse through here.
A whole gang of storm horses came from old Grolstad. Green John made a very generous gift to the Earl, the man says.
Generous. He just kind of laughed. It's a small word for such a big purse.
Yes. Fine. Go ahead and roll a folklore test to interact with this person. Or, I'm sorry, rumor. My apologies.
Rumor?
What's your social class?
I am a burger.
Oh, the same. It's gonna be a routine test.
Okay. You said rumor? Okay. I was just making sure I don't have anything to go with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But you said same social?
Mm-hmm.
So my rumor is 70. 27 will do it.
27, do it.
Well, you know, Green John's trying to buy his way into the Earl's graces. There's a war coming, he says. After all, Green John don't want to be caught in the middle of it.
Well, I'll just keep cutting down my trees as I need to. It's
Well,
not
at least
for me
we-
to discover that one, is it?
Well, at least we know that Hivernia won't come this far east. The Dalriata will protect itself.
Of course.
Sundown Hill's unassailable. I mean, things get bad. You just listen for the bells, and everyone crowds in here, and we close the doors.
I've
Safe.
been told.
Yeah.
Seems strange, though. All these people in here. I mean, wouldn't they want to keep this a little more protected?
The old cathedral, he says.
Oh, no, of course not. No, the gold.
Oh, no one's gonna take that. Nobody's foolish enough. The Earl knows everybody in town anyway, or at least his person does. He winks.
Of
Yes,
course.
yes.
You always have to have that one on the list, right?
As I understand it, they're convening court deeper within. He points back out toward the main chamber.
It's too loud out here to talk, isn't it?
Nice and quiet in here, friends. Oh, yes. A person comes up asking for tankards or something, and they put a pitcher on the tray and carry it back out. It's about to begin, the man says, as he shuffles away.
Well, we should go watch also.
Of course. Want to know our future.
You head back out. Unless there's anything else you want to do while you're here.
No. No, I'm good for now.
Plot, 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 plot.
I have an idea, but I think I'll hold on to it for a second.
The place is crowded down here, and people are kind of making their way up this broad set of stairs that make their way into like the deeper inside the cathedral. They're kind of gathering around the top of the stairs to kind of look over and listen in. To give you an idea how large this place is, like if you were to go from one side to side, take about 10 strides. About 10 strides wide. And about 20 strides deep already until you reach the stairs. A pair of soldiers walk by. They're male, kind of ringing and slinking
Do we?
as they pass.
Would we have any idea where this bell is?
It's probably somewhere within here. You know that you saw a church bell at the top of the cathedral, but the mind wanders where it may be.
Can I make an educated guess on where architecturally they might have put it?
Yes, you could. Roll a scrutinize test.
Okay.
This test is secret.
Okay.
Secret. I got a secret.
You want to think together on this?
No, this is nothing that.
I mean, if she asked me, like, I'm probably
I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm thinking the same thing, but yeah, sure.
I'll
I'll make a roll on it.
I'm not
Scrutinize.
educated.
Well, I can assist somebody else, or would you prefer that I roll the make?
Well, we haven't talked to each other yet. Like, we're
Well,
just.
yeah, so Keegan would say a bell. Where would this bell be?
I don't know, but I would think cutting a rope would be advantageous.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right.
So, am I assisting or am I lead since I said it first? Well, I guess technically you said it first. And then...
Well, Chauncey said it first.
Okay, so
Mention it.
who's rolling main?
Oh.
Chauncey's rolling.
Yeah.
It's your first die roll. Come on, you get to roll, Tim.
I'm not
You said it first.
educated.
It's a
I
secret.
scrutinize, he said.
It's a secret scrutinize, and you get to
And I'll
add
assist.
2 assist dice.
Oh, so.
And you
I'm
can't critically fail.
So bad at this.
You can't critically fail.
I can't?
Because she's the
Professional.
Okay.
So,
she's a professional valet.
Which one of these do I take?
I give you 2.
Both.
Yeah, you get
Do you
two.
get 2?
Yeah. And you can't critically fail. That's what I
Imagine
said.
her
I'll
assisting you in
assist.
combat. Imagine him rather.
Keegan is a
Success on. Oh, wait. What was.
It's
It's secret.
Secret.
Oh.
So what's
Which
your,
one is. Do I take the higher one?
The best one.
Whatever your best is.
So
Unless you got a
20
crit.
would be your best one.
Oh.
What's
Even
your-
like that.
What's your scrutinize at standard?
Where's Scrutiny? Scrutiny is 41.
You want to keep that? Keep 20
Sure.
41?
Yeah.
Wait, so you're 5. This is 5, and one of yours was a 0.
Oh, you have a 0.5.
He has a 0.5.
Okay, sorry. I got
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So many-
Yeah, I've never
I
done
was
that
looking at it, I was
before.
like, that's. You have
You
a
wanna
better
keep
roll than
that?
20.
0.5, yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that.
You're pretty confident you know, or you'd find it. It's where that guard was standing before, but he and everybody else has gathered at the foot, at the stair, at the broad stairwell to listen to what's happening.
I'm gonna start running that way. Why don't you guys, go see what's going on. I'm gonna find the water closet.
Okay.
Okay.
Might be over that.
Ah, thank you. That's where I was heading.
So, you look both ways. You want to sneak that way, or just kind of brazenly walk that way?
I'm just gonna walk. I mean,
Okay. Hey! The fellow says, "Aren't you gonna listen in?" The man grabs your arm. You realize he's got
Yeah.
this. He's got mail on. He points back to where you came from.
yeah, but I've got to make water. Where's that at?
That way, he points toward where you came from originally, which is where the bar area is. This is not the area you were going to head. It was opposite from it.
Pardon me.
do you want to head back toward the bar area, or do you want to head the direction you were going? Because he's clearly like standing nearby and we'll see you unless you attempt to sneak by.
Well, I'm gonna head back to the bar area, obviously, and
Okay.
then wait a few minutes and see if he's moved or not. And
Yeah.
if he hasn't, then
You kind of malinger beyond the archway, just kind of hanging, looking out. He seems to be kind of like near that area. He's trying to listen in. He's just kind of like peeking his head above people, like he can somehow see up this like flight of 10 stairs, like a very broad set of stairs. He can't see beyond the people, the throng of people. He can't really make out what's going on. He's just kind of doing that, kind of watching the front door as well every once so often to the cathedral, because he's guard.
right. Shit.
But there are large stone pillars that run from floor to ceiling in here, and there's that huge fountain. But of course, one of the Green John's men is near those massive sets of chests, who's kind of also watching as well. You'd have to sneak over there.
It's just
You do that?
Preposterous.
that is not something that I would have the inkling to do. I'm gonna try and talk to them.
Okay. He comes back toward all of you as you're all kind of at the foot of the stairs, trying to look beyond as well. Chauncey comes up. You smell his breath before you see him.
It's
Booze.
it's not good. There's guards, and I'm not very graceful.
I look towards the guard.
I'm a blunt instrument you send into war, not.
That guard is half distracted anyway. I think I can make my way beyond him.
If you believe so, then you can go. But it's not. Again, I was taught to be an instrument of war, not whatever that is.
Just remember, when you go to cut the one that you pull on, not any of the others. We don't want the bell to fall.
Oh, I guess I need a knife.
I have one. I can go do it.
Okay. Do you want me to go with you or just by yourself?
I think if there's a lot of us, it'd be easier for them to notice us.
If you need a distraction,
Is this what we've seen so far?
Yeah, that may be helpful. Yeah.
Lots of these Haichu rappers because of Mike.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mike, could you stop eating all of the hygiene?
No, I can't.
I mean, Mike is a dirty Haichu.
Move that right real quick. Yeah. So here's kind of what you're saying.
Storm clouds have strange patterns.
So this is
above
the
the
drink
city.
room, and this is the tower, the bell tower room.
Yeah. It is indeed.
If you're going with if you want the camera to be able to see it.
I'm just turning it to show everybody what's going on here.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna rotate it toward everybody here, and then I'm gonna flip it back.
Blanket of coziness.
And obfuscation.
Conceal
Hiding everything.
Shadow of war. Shawl of war.
So the question is who's gonna sneak over there?
I'm going to, but Keegan was going to possibly make a distraction. Is that what you said?
I can attempt to talk to some people or distract some people.
You gonna try to distract the guard?
A little bit.
A little bit, or you want to?
I would like to have a nice conversation and get to know the guardsmen of this area.
Yeah, there's but one guard who is near the door. As you prepare to go over and attempt to distract him, and move the people toward the foot of the stairs here where they're at, gathering and listening what's happening deeper within the cathedral. I think everybody on camera can probably see what's happening here, just moving all the figures over. I'll spin it around and show all of you too in just a moment. Just gonna get everybody moved over real quick. Happy little characters. So I'm going to flip it so I can show you all here now too.
I think it's heights.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's heights by yards, and you can kind of see what's happening here. Kind of gathering at the foot of those stairs just to kind of see what's happening deeper within this place. So you're going to go over and try to distract the guard here.
Yes.
Okay. So Keegan walks over and tries to provide a distraction.
Can I get a second tankard?
Absolutely.
Before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So,
You go over and you grab a second tankard and you begin to maneuver that way just to kind of see what's the haps. Talk with the guard, try to get him to just simply not pay attention to what's happening. So we're putting your figure right here.
well, and as I see him kind of like leaning over, trying to listen up the stairs, I'm gonna kind of do the same thing. Like I'm trying to listen up the stairs and
Yeah.
kind of mimic what he's doing somewhat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mike, in case you need it,
Okay.
we're measuring you in yards of 3. In case you need it, you know.
A tall boy.
Big boy. This is going to be Chauncey.
Okay.
You want to take that, please?
Okay. Take it.
Yeah. This is going to be your character. This is going to be Osbert.
And Osbert.
So, yeah, you wander over to kind of talk to the guard with a tankard. Are you finished? Has anybody drank their tankard yet?
No.
I've been nursing mine.
Okay.
Same.
I'm gonna fly over to a gargoyle on the ledge and just peer over.
Okay. Lightning.
I
You're
love that.
Batman. I'm ready. You go over.
drugs?
Where are the drugs? So you go over just to kind of distract the guard, and you share. I'm assuming you share the tanker and just kind of make small talk.
Yeah, and he's kind of says, "I can't go up there yet. I gotta stay down here. They want someone down here, obviously. I can't go up. You know, maybe between the two of us, we can actually catch what they're saying."
I'm sure they're talking about the highfalutin, whatever the politics and games they have going on. I'm sure, he says, as you kind of you jibber jabber a little bit with the guard, trying to provide a good distraction. I give you guys a little bit better view of what's happening here. I'm just kind of rotating I'm rotating right now the figures. It's going to show so everyone here can see. I'll show the viewers first. This is all, the blanket is clearly fog of war, right? Because we don't have anything else better to cover up these areas. But I'll just rotate it here so you can see. Yeah, so you kind of talk and hobnob a bit just to kind of distract him. Go ahead and roll a guile test.
Okay.
Your test is going to be challenging.
Okay. I have a 60% on guile. 98 will definitely not do it, but I'm gonna. Why not?
Oh, you want to use a coin?
Cool.
Cool. 4 misfortune for me and 3 fortune for you. Ooh.
Still not gonna do it a 60.
Okay. Well, Keegan's doing his best, but he just can't seem to distract that guard long enough for you to be able to sneak in.
Sneak it.
Yep. I mean, if I can make that sneak test, sure. But I don't know if that's what you were saying or not.
I wasn't sneaking. I'm migrating between the fountain and the bar, acting kind of like I'm getting as much of this free booze as I can.
Guzzle.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know that.
The test was
Right.
successful.
So yeah, I mean, I would attempt to try to sneak up there.
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth test. This test is going to be challenging.
Okay. Challenging stealth would be 52. And a 33 crit success.
Nice!
Keegan's visible.
Okay.
Booze on 'em.
Well, the good thing is that at this point, we'll actually place your figure. If you want to hand that to me.
Yeah.
We're going to place your figure in this kind of back area that's clearly some sort of like area that is meant to be it's like some sort of storage room is the best description of it. And I'm going to kind of show you here where you're at, because I think this is probably an important note. Right as you walk in, you can see all these huge crates, like right in here. There's all these massive crates. And there's a burning brazier inside. There's doors that go deeper within. And the first thing that you see, just right around the corner, at the top of the stairs, is there's a guard right as you come inside. And that guard appears to be the person who would probably be the one who manages, or the bell, right? And he's at the top of those stairs that leads clearly deeper inside the cathedral, so everybody here can see kind of where he's at what's happening here. Of course, feel free to stand up if you need to see it, but nonetheless, right as you're going to come around the corner, you're like, you could have come against the wall, and right where the torch is burning, and that's when you see the guard. But you also see that is where the mechanism is. I'm going to mark the mechanism real quickly here with a little orange, we'll put a red disc underneath of it just to kind of show off where it would be relatively, because I didn't really do a good job of marking it on the map. But we're going to say it's right here. So right where that torch is. And of course, if you look just around the corner from that torch, there's a guard there who's clearly trying to keep people from coming up the stairs, but also if they need to pull the ropes, that's where it would be. And you can see these kind of thick cords of rope about the diameter of a person's forearm. They're thick ropes, and you can see them kind of run all the way up into the ceiling about 12 yards up, where the ceiling's vaulted, and it kind of goes deeper with them. But that must be what pulls the church bell. If somebody was to attack Sundown Hill, they'd pull that bell, and everybody comes inside. You imagine the whole of Sundown Hill could pack inside this cathedral.
Okay, yeah, well, with a rope like that, and, like, the position I'm in, like, even if I were to cut a rope after an hour or two of trying to cut it with my knife, they could still just reach higher, because I don't feel like I could reach high enough to cut at a decent... So
well, you imagine you could still try to disable it, but
right.
but I will say that you're almost able to immediately intuit that should it go wrong, the bell will come crashing down upstairs and will make a horrendous clanging sound. It's going to take an expert, unless you want to try it yourself, which you can do. Never say never.
Yeah, I mean, Collinsworth is no expert, and he also isn't the wisest person, so he's... I'm assuming...
Challenge accepted.
I'm assuming I see gears.
You're saying there's a chance.
No, you just see ropes going up into darkness. Like, that's the inclination you have. You're like, oh, there's these ropes that attach here, and you can see them kind of wind around like some sort of apparatus. Would be the best way to describe it. Do you have Skullrink and Skullduggery?
Yes.
You do? Oh, okay, yeah. You have a pretty solid idea of how to disable this. It's just going to be... It's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
What do you have on you? Do you have, like, a knife?
Yeah, I do have a knife.
Okay.
Is that something new, brother? Did I not learn about that?
Well, when one makes traps and locks traps, sometimes you need to undo the traps.
Okay. Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
Don't judge me.
at this point, back to where you're all at, because we're going to cut away for just a moment.
Sure.
You all are at the foot of the stairs. If you want to hand me your figures. Take those. Okay. Not you.
Can we be, like, closer towards the fountain?
Yeah, you can do that. So, in the case of Chauncey, maybe we put you here.
Yeah. Just come stand on the edge of it.
Is this Osbury? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be near the stairs? You want to be near the stairs or the fountain?
Right there's fine.
Okay.
Do we see the mechanism for the trapdoor? For the
What trapdoor?
the
Oh, the drawbridge?
drawbridge? Yeah, sorry.
Not
Okay.
here. It's probably inside the walls.
Okay, that's, yeah.
Yeah. But you can see the lever. It'd make a horrendous sound, but you can see the lever. And to give you an idea where that's at, because, I like marking things. Marking is important.
Yeah.
I'll put the lever, actually, I'm going to mark the lever also with a red top here. We'll flip to the battle map for a moment. And it's right. I'm going to put it on the inside wall here. So,
But that would just be the lever to lower it.
to lower it or raise it. So it's right in here.
Okay.
So to kind of show you all where it's at from where you're seeing. If you came in that large vaulted area there.
Just next to the door.
Yeah. Everybody else on camera is just seeing a giant blanket, but you can kind of see where it's at. So you kind of know where the
Okay.
levers you can pull, so to speak.
Yeah.
Both for real and also just as like a tool. Yeah, you see where they're at. But out here, are you going to continue talking to this guard,
Yeah.
Keegan? Okay. Yeah.
He might give me information.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Chatter, chatter. Talk, talk, talk.
Also, if they're, if I notice that Chauncey and Osbert are kind of hanging around a little bit, I'm going to keep talking to that guy.
Mhm.
Distracted.
Otherwise, these massive chests that were brought by the Green John are left. They're not unattended. The Green John's man is still there, and you can see. You'll notice the Green John's men on this battle map because they're always marked with a green disc underneath of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So, for purposes of those who are watching my video, the Green John's man, of course, is here with the green circle underneath him, and maybe elsewhere inside, deeper within the cathedral. Well, we don't know yet. We can't really see that well.
What room are you in? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one with the orange around the base.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is you.
Yeah, he
that's
went.
you.
He went deeper
I'm-
beyond where the guard was guarding like a place where they would probably sleep, and you passed through a large vaultus and a double door of hallways and ended up in a storage room. But this is where, Collinsworth, where this is where the ropes to the bell tower go to.
Okay. Well,
Roll that beautiful bean.
so, because this is an alarm of sorts, could we say it's a trap?
It is not a trap.
Okay, I thought I'd try. So, alright. So,
I will search for traps.
Yeah, so I would like to try and disable this.
Before you do that, I need you to roll 1d10.
Alright.
Sorry, 1d6.
Okay. 1.
Okay. It's gonna take you a minute to disable. Pretty sweet.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Best
here we
one ever
go.
rolled.
You
He looks
get your
nice.
knife at the ready, Collinsworth,
Yeah.
and you prepare to do what you can to these ropes. And your intent is to make it to where it can't ring, just to be clear.
Right, yeah.
Like if somebody came up here and tried to pull it, like it wouldn't work.
Right.
It's not a matter of cutting ropes; it's a matter of you're probably sabotaging it.
Mm-hmm.
You're sabotaging the device. Let's see if you're successful in sabotaging it. And I will say this: so if you fail, you will gain peril. If you critically fail, you will set it off. The bell will come crashing down overhead.
That's going to be amazing.
But
Risk have reward.
Adam is really good at rolling crit failures, so let's hope for the best here.
Particularly when it matters.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Do this.
Okay.
So it's
Hey, oh, we're here.
What's the difficulty? Oh, I'm sorry, it's secret.
It's secret. Okay. Alright, so my
Come on,
skullduggery is
55.
52%
Ooh, 44.
and a 07.
You keep that?
I'm good at keeping it.
Don't reroll it into a
What
crit.
if I told you that was flip to fail?
Well,
You sure you want to keep it?
yeah, I would have to if it was flip to fail because.
Guess he's already rolled it.
That's a secret test. Use it now.
You can roll it. You need a coin to reroll.
Yeah.
I would need a coin to re-roll, yeah. So if it is flip to fail, yeah, I'd like to re-roll.
Well, you don't know if it's flip to fail, is what I'm
Right.
telling
Then
you.
no, I'm not going
Okay, so keep it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Risk it.
Okay, well, you do what you can to hopefully disable it.
Okay.
There's a secret test, really know if you crit succeed or crit failure.
No, I did. I'm okay. I
You're
got it.
amazing,
Yeah, I got
actually.
it. So,
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, well, a minute passes and you're feeling pretty good about it.
yeah.
Meanwhile, out in the rooms, out in the main chamber, of course, where you've gathered, where all the coins are with the drinking jar with the chest, and you're kind of trying to look within at the bottom of the stairs. All these people are in your way. Do you want to push further in?
No. Just stay back here. Kind of.
I mean, there's guards up there at the top of the stairs. Why would we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
can-
don't think we're going anywhere.
I'm gonna try to make my way over to the lever by the door and take a look.
The lever near the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to come close to that, the person immediately beside, or who's talking with Keegan says, "Hold on there, friend," and he begins to walk toward you. What are you doing over here? Don't go near that. What are you doing? He leaves the room where you can see that Collinsworth went inside. Don't touch that.
What is
his
it?
head in.
I asked dumbly.
It's the. He stops for a second. He can smell his breath on me. It's the bloody lever for the drawbridge.
How does it work?
Keegan slowly walks over as well now that he's kind of done this inside the room
okay.
with
If
Collinsworth.
Keegan gives me a signal, then I would try and sneak out. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Roll stealth test.
Okay.
And no,
Okay.
not you.
Yeah.
Collinsworth, and add 2 assist dice because she's helping. He's helping you.
Alright. Keegan, you want to roll your 2?
sure.
Well, is normally 62.
I rolled an O and a 1.
Nice.
I think you're just gonna keep her as critical
You're gonna
success.
keep the 1, yes, because that would turn that 100 into a 10.
Yeah, I'll do that. Wait, you rolled a.
Nice.
I rolled a 0.
He
and a
rolled
1.
100,
Oh.
Right, oh.
but she was assisting, so it's not a critical failure.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's just a failure.
Well, doesn't he take my assist die then since it's not a failure?
We went over
we
this.
we did talk about it. The matches still need to take effect, but
Okay.
you saved me from it being a critical
Crit failure.
Okay, alright.
Which would have been bad.
Which
So
I'm remembering now.
Okay.
as this happens, and you're talking with him, he's like, "It's the bloody lever. You pull the bloody lever, and the whole thing comes up and down, depending which way you position it, fool." The man is saying to
so
you.
many gears.
You can't even see them. They're inside the. He walks over to the lever. He says, "They're inside the bloody stone. Hey, you! What are you doing in there?" As you walk outside, and like here.
Yeah, I kind of stopped for a minute and I'm like,
You will suffer 9 mental peril.
okay. Right now, I am still unhindered.
Nice.
Keegan starts laughing when he sees him yawn, like this drunk just came stumbling out of this room, and he goes to hand his friend Jeff the mug again. I'm going with Jeff.
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 This is Jeff the guard.
I like it. We're going with
Is it a
Jeff
G
on
or a
that.
J?
It's the GEOF.
It's a geff. Like a
Yeah.
geff.
There's some. I haven't had a cot that was that comfortable. Most cots are uncomfortable.
Hey, you're not supposed to be in there, he says as he walks up to you, and and as he grabs you by your ear and he throws you onto the ground in front of the fountain. He throws him to the ground and says, "Don't go wandering in there. I'm gonna kick your ass out." One of the other guards begins pressing past the crowd that's on top of the stairs and comes in here as well. And the Green John's man is none the wiser. He doesn't really seem to give a shit. But one of the Sundown Hills Earl's men kind of wanders down as it's clearly there's a commotion going on and begins to close the distance between you all and the fountain.
Please take pity on me. I haven't had a warm, dry bed in so long because I saw all the
Yeah.
rows of beds in there.
You two fools must be the mummas, right? The man says as he points his fingers at you using the horns. You're the mummas, right? But the entertainment's waiting. Come on up, he says. It was all a joke, Jeff, the man says. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jeff.
Did you bring your juggling balls or your lute? He says.
and then I
The man helps you up off the ground.
right, and then I get up and I.
You were just playing dumb. The guard kind of shoves you with both hands. You stumble back and you.
I learned from the best as I motion to Osbert right next to me.
The two soldiers start to actually usher them up the stairs, like into the main chamber.
The frying pan into the fire.
I'm still brooding on the corner.
Right, as I say, outside in the stormy night.
My cloak's billowing in the wind. I am the night.
I am cold. I am the outer cold.
Oh man, I really wish this was waterproof.
Oh man, wish I would have learned rain shade.
That's right.
Actually, I do have rain shade. That's a good
So,
idea. I'm gonna cast that.
I cast rain shade.
I cast rain shade.
So I'm gonna peel us back just a little bit more because we have to do that.
This slow reveal.
Yeah, the slow reveal. And look, there's more height revealed inside this room, and you're kind of being once again kind of pushed up this way inside. And there's a guard there with you here. And the other guard returns with you as well up the stairs. And it's like, oh, wait. And they grab you they grab you by the napes of your neck. And says, wait. The Salamandra's talking with the envoy, he says. Talking with the envoys from old Gralstead. So we can kind of see, like, at least their kind of position here, but I'll show it to everybody else as well. It's clear that something else is happening deeper inside.
You think it would be quite alright if I fetched my acting animals?
Roll a guile test. This test will be, now you can have their attention. We'll assume it's routine.
Yeah, I used to have a dancing bear, but...
I have a dancing
bear. And what's the difficulty? I'm sorry, you just said it.
Routine.
Okay,
Yeah.
routine. So it'll be 72. And a 43 will succeed.
So the bear in the cart, and
Well, the
are you just
bear-
going to wheel the cart in?
The bear is not in the cart because I was like, I used to have a dancing bear, but this one is so much more exciting. I'm gonna go.
Bring in the hand cart and
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
So he walks out with the soldier and and you can see this by the way, and he prepares to wheel in the hand cart, and you kind of stop outside in the storm, and you look up like about 10 yards up where little Garl is spitting water down, and you can see your brother. You look up, he looks down. What do the two of you say?
I'm like weirdly looking at him because like a guard is escorting him into the cart, right? I'm just like, what's going on?
And and I'm like, oh, I think you'll love this new creature I got. It'll put on quite the show.
Show?
And
And I think back to like when we were first trying to sneak in with like Salamandra, like the idea that we were going to be murmurers and like put on a show.
Yeah.
I think we actually like made our meal in bed for the night by doing that.
You did, yeah.
Like they're going with the good old and trustworthy murmur act. Okay.
That's right.
Oldest trick in the book.
yeah, that we didn't even plan, but go with the GM's cues.
Going off the DM cues.
Okay.
They're not murdering everyone
he
yet.
made it. You want to explain what happened?
Oh, so he made a guile test to see if he could bring in his performing animals, and succeeded.
Yeah, but he actually succeeded.
He actually succeeded.
So
And
he's
so
bringing in the hand cart.
And so Calvin was like able to see his brother like being escorted in with the cart, and then I mouthed to him like, what's going on? And he like talked about he made the hint that they're
Starting to see what else.
doing a performance in there, and I'm just like, okay, well, you don't need the murder sword yet, so I'll still stay outside.
Yeah.
Murder sword, yes. Murder sword soon.
So at this point, the only guard that's down here in the main chamber near the chest is the Green John's guard.
And his back is to the door, isn't it?
His back is to the door. Yes. He's,
Okay.
Others are kind of looking up over the stairs, and he's just kind of like looking at the chests, like watching the front door to make sure that nobody comes in to steal the gold.
Well, I'm still standing near this device. I'll take a look at it. Why not?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you were
I think you got taken
escorted.
away.
Oh, guy
You were escorted up. Yeah.
You're right.
You were escorted up.
We're the
into-
only two back
yeah.
there now.
To be-
Keegan could
Keegan's
look at
there
it
too.
because
Yeah. To be clear, you got escorted up here into the
That's right.
second level.
That's
The
right.
second level.
I remember now.
Yeah, and of course your comrade, Collinsworth, has got a handcart behind him, which we know has
Sticks.
the sticks
All
inside of it.
All the goodies.
All the goodies, all the goods.
Oh, yeah.
But as for the two of you, this leaves Chauncey, obviously, and Keegan.
Keegan was by the switch, so
Yeah.
yeah, why not? I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
I noticed Osbert was eyeing it. So.
It's a simple lever. Like it goes up and it goes down. If you pull it down, the drawbridge goes up. If you push it up, the drawbridge goes down.
So it's just got a counterweight in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Just don't know where that is.
Yeah, and somewhere inside the wall.
Is it a wooden or a metal?
Oh, it's metal. Like it's fashioned into the old stone of this cathedral. Well, it's not. I should say it was retro fashioned into it because what cathedral have a drawbridge?
Right.
None. But it's clear that they've dug a trench outside and filled the moat full of alligators. I don't know. They filled the moat with
Vintage water
moat.
panthers.
That's right. Vintage water panthers all over.
So, looking at it, do I see a way to disable it or at least slow them down if they tried to raise the drawbridge?
You can try it.
Water panther.
Why not? I'll attempt to.
You want to keep it to where they can't close it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't want them to be able to pull the drawbridge up.
Nice. Okay. Roll secret skullduggery test.
Okay. 23 out of 47. I'll keep it.
Sure about that?
Yep. Because even if I flip to fail, I have a chance on that.
You got a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah. How many high twos does that make?
I doubled my intake for sure.
Too many to count.
Enough. Just enough.
At least 2 servants.
At least. Possibly.
Okay.
Two and a half.
You jam something in there.
A rock.
I got a rock. You jam a rock in there.
Okay.
Will it work? I don't know.
Find out.
Pull lever, find out.
Nope, that's okay.
No,
That's how you find out if you did it.
Did
Right.
it work? Let's test it.
You're not there. But that does, Chauncey, you are obviously there with Keegan, like in the main chamber here. And the Green John's man is just, he's
Doesn't
laissez-faire. No, he's leaning on the chest like this. He's just
Drinking
sipping, and he's kind of watching at this point. His back is to all of you. He's watching the same direction as the crowd looking up the stairs, who is, they have shuffled in, and the guards have actually even kind of somewhat cleared out, watching what's going on deeper within. I'm going to move those guys here.
Where are we at on time?
Well, you've been here. It's 8:35. You've been here for almost an hour.
So soon, basically, is what I'm. They were an hour behind us.
Mm-hmm.
He
We'll walk more towards everything else, and
Yeah.
stumbled over somewhat drunkenly.
Sure.
we're getting near time.
Yes, well.
I don't know what's going on with them.
Do they?
Do they ever? have you yet to see a scenario where they are like on point plan or?
It's been quite serendipitous that we've managed to make it this far sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope that luck stays today.
Just roll with
One
that.
could hope. But, here they can't, hoping they can't shut this door for our men to come through.
I saw. Good plan.
We'll see.
Outside, in the storm, you're soaking wet at this point, Calvin.
I do actually have the range shade spell.
Oh, nice.
It lasts for 3 plus willpower bonus hours.
You want to cast it?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll see me cast this a little earlier.
You try.
Routine.
09.
Yeah, 16. You're fine.
I
So-
figured it's a great way to fly through, like, range shade.
Yeah.
Keep the wind resistance down.
He just keeps one limb over his head and holds on to the other. See the whole limb over his head to stay dry. That's how it works.
You make a range shade
Right. Well, you notice something almost immediately.
Okay.
You can see that there is you can hear what you thought was thunder, but is the rumbling of hooves coming up the hill from outside of Sundown Hill. And you can see people scrambling along the outer walls, and you can hear horses whinnying and neighing. And as they're not really sure what to do, and you see some of the guards disappear into the tower out of the storm, as if probably to lower the portcullis. And you can hear this faint. Only if there's a guard out here to be listening. They've all been drawn inside by the two fools who are to.
It actually worked.
It actually worked. Yeah, but you can hear the bell ringing at this point, as clearly the nameless are at the gates.
Okay.
But the portcullis is still up.
Okay.
That's good.
That's what we needed.
for us.
Yeah,
Okay.
they could drop it still.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything? Okay,
No.
I figured it was so loud.
The storm,
right?
yeah, and its interior here. Neither of you can hear it at this point. It's just only he can, because he has sight of it. And he's like,
Right.
oh, that is a bell. Oh, that is not thunder. That is the sound of hooves outside. Yeah. Do you want to? What do you want to do from here, Calvin? Will you let it play out?
I think I will let it play out.
Okay.
Because, like, part of me's tempted to try either to go in the cathedral or wait. And I think waiting probably is the best thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll wait outside and see what
Yeah.
happens at the portcullis.
Yeah, because our plan, if I remember correctly, was to bother with what's inside the keep.
That's
So-
right. That's right.
Susie's pestering you.
Yeah, Susie's there. Of course, Susie would be pestering me, right?
Kriya! Squeak!
He's just standing next to you
Yeah.
on Roost and just kind of pecking at you every now and then, just a little bit.
Fine. If you get
the
under
snow-capped eagle.
if you get under it, you can stay out of the way.
Inside, the courts kind of come to a quiet, as there is at this point within there, you can see this person stride from a darkened alcove within the main cathedral. It's kind of hard to see past, even where the both of you are at, specific Collinsworth and Osbert, but the person kind of comes from the darkness, and both of you need to make challenging awareness tests. 45% chance to succeed.
49?
We still at the party.
Nope.
Nope. Yes. As this long limber person walks inside, both of you will treat all visibility as fleeting shadows. And this person kind of walks in from behind this alcove deeper within, and they are tall and pale as a sheet. And their lips are ruby red, their eyes are a striking silver, and their hair is cut up in this like head wrap. And you're not sure if it's a man or a woman. And they've got these long, kind of lean-looking arms and fingers. And the people kind of fall to a hush. And you both immediately see, you see the Earl, who looks like a disheveled man sitting inside of a chair, kind of almost like stood up like some sort of dollar marionette. He looks old and tired. He's not talking at all to anyone. Yet the collection of people within here, the attendants of the court of the Earl, clearly servants of Salamandra, the Green John's men, including the Green John, come before this raised dais of stone. And the person who must be Salamandra, she or they affix themselves behind or beside this altar. This altar has been left behind, and they're starting to negotiate. They're having a conversation. The soldiers kind of like pull you back, and you see them kind of rub their eyes like this, as the two of you are doing the same too. It's really hard to see in here when Salamandra walks in the room. It's like all the lights suddenly dim. All the torches begin. They're not flickering. You can't see the torches flickering, but it's like there's like almost like gauze over your eyes. Is the best way to describe it.
Do we need more? When it's time for the show, do we need more light in here?
There's haze coming from frankincense burning from these large braziers. Maybe it's the haze of the smoke from the braziers, the burning of the frankincense. Maybe it's kind of getting to your head. The soldiers seem to be suffering from it as well. Like they seem to be having difficulty with it. As they're kind of like, the man kind of pushes his glasses a little, takes them down off his nose to be like.
really see what's going on.
And the voice of Salamandra is small and tiny. It's really hard to hear. Almost like a soft whisper. Outside in the storm, where you're at, you can hear the ding, 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 ding bell out there. Then suddenly pouring through the gates comes a handful of riders upon Elkback, and they are immediately met by soldiers armed with spears. And you hear the sounds of gunshot. Like it's from the people on the back of the elk. The nameless are firing upon the soldiers. It's a small contingent of them made it inside, and suddenly you hear this kind of like sort of sound as the porculus crashes down. Let's see how many made it inside. Okay. Roll 3d10 and add 3.
Big money, big money, big money. No whammies. All 10.
Oh,
Nice,
that's
10.
decent. Okay, so 21 plus what?
3 plus 3.
All right, 24.
Nice.
So a quarter of their number made it.
Yeah. Now there's a fight happening, and it's at that moment where you see this young, limber squire, this young girl running as fast as she can up the same gravel road where you came into the cathedral, probably to warn the people inside. What are you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do. Actually, no, it's not a spell. I want to float down to the ground,
Okay.
and I want to basically. My plan is I want her to run by, and then I want to reach out and touch her while holding a handful of sand, as I want to cast the Shut-Eye spell.
Nice.
When she comes around the corner.
Nice. Oh, Shut-Eye. Yeah, oh, yeah. Hush is the thimble, like the thimble on the pinky, and you go,
Oh, is it?
shh, and they're quiet. But Shut-Eye is like put them to sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
basically
Yeah.
just-
It's easy.
all right.
Yeah, you surprised the shit out of me. You floated down out of the sky.
I got a 99 and a 22 critical success.
What happens to the crit success?
All right. So the foe cannot resist the magic. Is the critical effect. So yeah, she's out for or they're helpless and they're helpless and knocked prone, and so then I would just incapacitate them. I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just looking to knock them out.
Okay.
Then they can't resist.
You
So.
pick up a rock and clack right over the back of this girl's head, 11 years old at best, and knock her out. All for the good of what you need to do. I'd give you conflict, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
Right.
Because we're our last game session.
We don't
Well,
care
and-
about
We can keep score.
He didn't kill her, right? I mean,
No.
I put her to sleep.
She's a child. So, haha, you're paralyzed for life. It's like a, what do they call those people who like have those nightmares that you can't move out of? They're like
sleep paralysis.
sleep paralysis. Like her eyes are wide open as you get closer and closer. She can't move her lips or her face, and you can see little tears streaming down, forming the corners of her eyes, along with the rain as she's rain soaked. And you pick up the rock like some grinning gargoyle and clack over the back of her head.
okay, maybe there's conflict.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, if I do it that way, then yeah.
Yeah, it's three corruption, but or conflict. I mean, to be fair,
It'll all be over by the time you wake up. Don't worry. And then I'll move her over to somewhere like out of the way.
okay. So drag her up toward the doors.
I just want to make her sure that she's like out of any sort of chance to be either trampled or in the
okay.
fight. Like I just want her like put her somewhere safe, basically.
Inside,
He just went that 7.
Yeah.
inside, there are raised voices among the Green John, as he is pleading with Salamandra.
Can I hear what the Green John's saying?
Yeah.
He's not as quiet as Salamander.
Yeah,
right?
he's like, you can't do this. We made a deal. And Salamandra continues to whisper, almost as if their voice was only heard if you were closer. Like it's like a harsh, low whisper that seems almost otherworldly. You're looking around for the three sisters and you don't see them. There's just Salamandra, a few of the Earl's men, and the sad, withered husk of the Earl, like still alive, sitting in this old chair, his old throne, just kind of moved to the side as Salamandra clearly commands the room.
You have no power here.
And
So are we like within
behind
this
I
cloud or
should
something?
notice something else too, is that behind Salamandra is this huge polished piece of steel, like a massive mirror that reflects the entirety of this chamber.
Do I hear what he says too, or was it just him that heard it? Like,
You heard that. You
Okay.
both heard it.
we could make a fast friend. Well, say it louder. We could make a fast friend. Then when he shakes his head, I drop it
Okay.
immediately.
The green John at this point is he gets off his knees and he's like raising his hands. We had a deal. You can see the torque around his neck, the last of the torque lords of the north. And as he makes that one movement, in the blink of an eye, Salamandra is gone, and all you can see is this stream of blood across the stone, and she's standing there with this long, slender blade. And the green John drops instantly.
What about his man?
The Green John's three remaining people who were there are wide-eyed, and they drop their weapons and plead for their lives. And then that's when you hear this sound coming from deeper inside the cathedral. It sounds a bit like
A cartoon.
Barking squirrels.
Sounds like beaver toes.
Sounds like beaver toes.
Beaver toe. That's weird.
That was weird.
If that's the sound, then
Green
Ah,
Dog makes some
I'm
weird.
glad that I stayed outside.
his death throes
Yeah,
are very.
That's great.
Uh-huh.
Balbanies has been avenged.
Everyone inside here hears that. And the lights of the whole place begin to flicker. You can see all of the court immediately drop to their knees and avert their eyes. Everyone at the bottom of the stairs, the soldiers who were there with the two of you, the ones who were down here. The Green John's man is down here in the main chamber. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, but everybody who clearly is meant to be here, the courtiers and supplicants of this court, have dropped to hands and knees, and they're holding their faces are prostrate on the ground as you see this long, limber figure walking amid the people, and the Green John's men kind of are begging for their lives. And that's when you hear kind of this strange, kind of unearthly, ghostly sounds coming from within here. And then suddenly the lights are starting to flicker all over.
Woo! Is that actually on the recording?
What's that? What are you all gonna do?
I look to Osbert.
I'm curious how the Earl is reacting to this, if at all.
The Earl does not move. The two of you are kind of almost feel like you're the only two people standing, except Salamandra and the Green John's men.
Okay, since it's so dark, I'm gonna try to back into back down the stairs.
Okay. You come to the edge of the stairs and almost follow them as you turn around and you see that all of the people are literally like as if they were worshiping Salamandra, are on hands and knees. Their clothes dirty on the floor. They don't say anything. They don't move. They do nothing. Salamandra's eyes search across the room, and they immediately set to the next one of the Green John's men, and unless there's a violent flash of red blood as the second of 4 delegates from old Gralstead are now dead, including the Green John.
I put my hand on Collinsworth's back and lean towards him. Get to the cart. As I usher him down the stairs.
Right.
As I get to the cart.
I'll go with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Get to the cart.
You see the two of them kind of come down the stairs, and the cart, of course, has been wheeled into here. Like the cart's probably, I don't know.
All right, that's my sign.
We'll set up a cart, a little hand cart. Right.
I'll do the He-Man run.
Yeah, we'll set the cart actually on here. And I think, you know what? Let's just reveal what's going on. You want to help me lift off carefully, Tim?
Sure.
Up. And toward K.
And towards K.
Blanket of
Oh, so we
coziness
lost somebody back there. Woo! That's the cheesiest and awesomest.
I like the Earl figure.
Yeah. So now we can see what has happened. As we look into the main chamber, we can see that Salamandra is standing here, and they have already slashed viciously at the Green John's people, who have the green bottoms and are gone. Anyone that's a figure that's all black is supplicating on the ground.
Okay.
There are still 2 of the Earl's soldiers here who are all prone, as of they're over here too, and here. Of course, you can see the height.
So all the
3,
soldiers
6,
are prone
9,
too?
12, 15, 18. Yeah, what now?
All the soldiers are prone too?
Yes, everyone is prone at this point. You ran to get the cart as well, is that right? Okay. Yeah, so you're all heading back toward where the cart is here in the door.
What now, boss?
Meanwhile, outside, you see something really strange. Off the sides of the hill, there's this almost like a shadow kind of moving through the air, would be the best way to describe it, with a trail of black smoke emerging from beneath the earth, kind of like moving, and you can see the trail of smoke kind of behind it, and there's another, and then another.
3 of them?
Yes.
Think to myself, maybe those are the sisters. Because as I'm trying to hide this body, I will try to hide myself as well and keep an eye on.
Yeah, roll stealth test. This will be trivial for you.
Okay.
Sorry, easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do a 68. And that is a 42 success.
Nice. Okay, you're hidden. You all come back to the cart, and within as you're there, you can see down the hill. You can see where Calvin is. He just kind of drops down, but the body is right beside you, right over here. Give me your figure, Calvin, if you would, please. Yeah, you are currently here. Put Calvin here. We're gonna flip the battle camera over once again to kind of show everybody's at. So just outside the drawbridge, just where you're at, Calvin. Okay. And they've come to the cart just outside, and you can see Calvin.
Right.
You can see where the rock has been stuck inside the mechanism, right here, where Keegan had done so. But you and Keegan are still in this main chamber. What are the 2 of you doing?
Like I said, I want to go out and get my gear.
Okay.
I mean, this is.
Arm yourselves.
I mean, people are dying. That's enough.
And I'll like motion you to like get down, like point like eyes that were there.
I'll do exactly what he
In
says.
the
I'll just
middle of the
drop.
storm, Chauncey, all that you can see are these 3 trails of smoke. And they kind of come within through the windows inside the cathedral somewhere from opposite sides. You hear this sound of somebody inside, clearly who's been slaughtered by Salamandra. You begin gathering your gear quickly, unattaching the Zweihander from the side of Calvin's broom. Keegan, what are you doing?
Awaiting orders.
So
You saw me run out.
Oh, you ran all the way.
I
well,
ran all the way
you-
out to the.
Yeah,
they ran up
he's
to
gonna
the-
go with you guys, but he's
Yeah.
not doing anything other than that.
I said arm yourselves with,
Yeah.
from what was in the wagon.
Oh, then yeah, I would grab
On the way to
the
the
shepherd's sling.
cart, how many Green John's men are there?
Just
Still.
one left down
There's
here.
one left.
You only know that there's one that you can see inside the main chamber, and he's trying to figure out what's happening.
And
I'm gonna ask when you guys come out, is Ulysses in there?
I didn't
See
see
him?
him.
didn't
Oh.
see him.
No.
I'll
The Green
say,
John's dead.
the Green John's guard is looking around. And I'll say, "Come with us if you want to live."
He kind of turns around and he's nodding, and you hear this other sound from within. He nods. Are you unfurling the cart to let
Oh
the
yeah.
Dryad out?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I also whistle for Susie Durkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You begin getting yourself ready. You all kind of are gathered there. What about your Keegan? Are you with them as well?
Yeah.
What's the main door?
About 2 dozen got through before they could close the gate.
Can we open it to help them all get through?
That's where I'm going.
Let's do it.
I thought we were doing something inside the cathedral.
Right
I'll be
now, I
back.
don't know that it's the best.
As the Green John's man is walking toward you, he's got his axe drawn. He's like looking around suddenly within the blink of an eye. A dark shadow comes from between the bedrock of the cathedral itself. A dark shadow pooling like water, kind of forming around him. This haunting, deadly black shadow that extends its hands, and you see the last of the Green John's men, like you hear him take one deep breath, and then that is drawn out of him by the shadow as his face turns completely pale, bloodless, and he collapses. And one of these strange shadows is standing no more than a few yards away from where you're at. Huh. All right, I need to put my initiative up here. For the first of the three sisters. So sister number 1 has a 14. You suspect from where you're positioned that she could very quickly close the distance from where you all are at. So if she has a 13, or sorry,
14.
a 14, who's after her on the initiative?
Collinsworth.
Collinsworth, what are you gonna do?
Which way? I look towards Osbert.
She's coming after us next. Get her.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw my I'm gonna throw my dryad ball down and say, Charlotte, I choose you as.
And Charlotte is what again? I'm sorry.
Charlotte is the dryad.
Yeah.
Or on paper the Sasquatch, but
Yeah.
Watch.
Charlotte, I choose you.
I wish I actually had brought a figure out for.
You used to have trees. You
I
could-
do. You know what? I think we can get her out. So we cut back to where we're at, and I believe that you were going to do what?
I was gonna turn into Charlotte. For,
Charlotte. So
for
flip
1
your
AP.
character. Okay. All right.
You're a charlatan.
We'll replace your
Yeah.
character now with Charlotte, and kind of what we'll see. Well, what we'll see if we're looking down at the battle map, and we'll probably leave it on the battle map for the rest of combat. We actually see toward the entrance of this place something made of wood and sticks and leaves and vines unfold from this large bundle in the back underneath these heavy cloths, and you see this what would be best described what they call in the north a wood woes, but this vaguely humanoid shape with these burning yellow embers for eyes, and its head it looks like it's carved of wood. As she kind of comes forth from the the cart, and of course we still see Collinsworth, but Collinsworth's just controlling Charlotte at this point. So what would you like to do?
How many coins do we have?
You're right here.
2.
2.
Since I can only do it at the beginning of combat, I would like to spend a coin to force all foes who can see me to resist using resolve, or else they suffer from terror.
Oh, well, the people who were supplicating before Salamandra, of course, are filled with abject terror, and they will not be of any threat to you. We do need to roll for the other soldiers, of course, who are here. What's her fellowship bonus?
It is 4.
Okay. So we'll assume 1, 2, 3, 4.
It does say all.
Oh, all. Great. Okay. So let's roll for them. And it's terror, so that's a hard test. So let's see what the Thanes do. Their chances are 15.
Okay.
I rolled 26. I think I'll use that coin that you spent.
Yes,
Reroll.
please. Thank
Yes,
you.
please. Use all those coins.
And I rolled a 95, so the Thanes fail. Now, with respect to this strange, dark specter, nothing happens.
I figured-
What is the what do we hear? What do we see whenever the Dryad or the Woodwoes does this? What do we see?
The Woodwoes, like, it was like a bundle of sticks, right? And so like it like finally like stretches out, and as it like stretches out, it leans forward and it opens its mouth, but instead of hearing like an actual voice, you hear the sound of like a tree falling, like all the wood snapping and everything.
Creepy.
Yeah.
It says, I am Groot.
So that's how it yells.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Charlotte.
What will you do
I am
next?
sharp.
So, so my
Do me a favor, can you
movement-
give me the little rings over there?
6.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna see if I
I'll
can.
take it by color if you won't mind. Yeah, feel free to rotate as you need to. Yeah.
So
I think it's like colors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm seeing if I have. I do have 1 yard of distance for an attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would like to see if I can attack with my squatch throttle.
Yeah.
Squat.
What the?
Heard was a squat.
It was a squatch. Squatch.
We could call it a bow throttle instead of
Moderately.
squatch.
You can squat anywhere you want.
I just need 2 more sets of music.
So your whole language
Red.
is squatch.
We've also got orange in here.
Real quickly, if everybody looks at the character sheet, or not the character sheet, but the combat conditions, what does Fleeting Shadows do?
Fleeting shadows.
Not character sheet, the third.
Lighting. Fleeting shadows must flip the results to fail vision-related skill tests. Cannot give or gain the benefit of assist die. Dawn, dusk, or clear nights.
Okay. All right.
What if we have instincts?
We'll go through that in just a little bit.
Smell.
I smell a shadow. Disgusting.
Smell a whole bunch of
Instinct. Your
Okay.
inside snake.
So Charlotte's going to attack. Okay. Your test is she has reach. She's 3 yards up.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and bank the last AP.
Okay. Who's next?
Calvin.
Calvin. Let's bring up some combat music. 'Cause it seems to probably be the time, right?
Collingsworth. Kelving's turn.
All right, Calvin's turn. What does Calvin want to do? All right.
Calvin, you were just outside, if you recall. recall, just on the drawbridge here, right by the cart where Collinsworth is currently kind of cowering as Charlotte, the Woodwoes, has made her way in to try to fight the shadow of the third sister, or the first sister, but cannot reach.
Alright, so if I wanted to attack it, I would have what problems? Because
No, this is not you. I'm just asking for a quick rule check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, you're fine.
okay, so then what I'll do is
Vision.
Calvin reaches into his robes, and previously remembered that he had stolen a set of silverware from back when he lived in Aglador. So he's gonna pull out the spoon because he threw the fork before. Now it's the spoon's turn, because things are about to get serious. And he's going to throw a silver spoon as a magic missile.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
It's just line of sight.
Oh, you need to actually make your way inside then, because your line of sight's broken.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll move or hustle or yeah,
How far do you want to hustle in?
just to where I make line of sight. I don't really
Yeah.
need to get inside.
You come right inside the archway at this point, we'll assume.
Yeah.
And you will prepare your magic missile. Go ahead and cast. It's going to be routine.
All right, so that's an 89, and I rolled a 24. Success.
Nice. How much damage?
It's going to be a D10 plus my willpower bonus, which is 10.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
only 13.
Only 13. Okay. Well, one of the third sisters is currently hurt. So we'll throw a hurt ring on her. We're using pop rings to track thresholds because it's easier to do that than to write numbers down. It's the best thing about figures. So okay, so that's 2 action points.
And then I'm gonna break line of sight by moving back outside. From my last station.
Oh, I'm out of here! Oh, don't let me know, please.
I went in there, I saw, I threw, and I got it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Spoon.
Spoonful of sugar.
Who's next?
Salamandra.
Okay.
Which
Ooh,
another
boy.
reason why I got out of line of sight.
All right. Salamandra at this point.
Salamander.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who is the person with the red underring? I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's Osbert, isn't it?
I had the guy. Yeah, I was the one with the bow.
So here's what happens. The long, limber person, Salamandra, with the strangely pale skin, the ruby red lips, you can see that her robes are pale white, but now they're spackled in blood. And they extend their long hand, and you hear this whisper, Osbert, "Come to me." I need to make a charm test. My chances are 80%. I rolled 87. I'm going to re-roll that with a coin. Come to me. Use all those coins. Salamandra will say, "Come to me." Even harsher whisper. 48. You may attempt to resist using resolve, and your test is hard.
Okay. 31% chance to succeed. I did not succeed.
You see Osbert kind of like for a moment, his eyes kind of lock with Salamandra in the archway. And to your perspective, you see this beautiful person, this person of otherworldly ethereal elegance, Osbert. And you feel captivated. You're captivated. And while you're captivated, you must move to become engaged with them by any means possible.
Okay.
You feel just captivated by the beauty of Salamandra. And you can see the supplicants like, oh, oh. They're starting to basically chant together as they are as the whole chamber begins to fill with this strange chanting.
So do I go now or on my turn?
On your turn, you will.
Oh, okay.
You can hear them begin to chant some strange words. And then who's actively inside the chamber? If we're looking inside the main cathedral here, I think it's everybody
Except me and
Yeah.
I noped my way out of there.
I had to grab my gear.
That's right. So you're outside grabbing your things, Chauncey, and then meanwhile we have Keegan, Osbert, and Charlotte. You notice something. Well, actually, I won't say that yet. I'll wait. As she steps into the archway, she raises her hand slowly. And the whole of the congregation will be the best way to describe them. All the people, even though they're not looking at Salamandra, they all seem to rise together up on their feet. And the whole of the congregation begins chanting, turning toward all of you, their eyes locked with yours. And the sycophants, of course, the servants of the court, looking directly toward those inside the chamber. And I will spend a coin to provoke terror. So for those who are inside, that would be Charlotte, that would be Osbert, that would be Keegan. You all need to resist using a hard resolve test to resist against terror.
Okay. Nice. Success.
Failure.
I'll reroll.
Yeah, give me that fresh coins.
Success.
Actually,
Nice.
you know what? I should probably reroll too.
Okay, I'll take that coin. It leaves 2 coins left in the
Well,
player
I have a
pool.
feeling that it's going to go bad if
More than a feeling.
I succeed.
Nice.
Okay, so we're worth it. Good job.
You power through it.
Worth it.
That's good. That's really good. And then
Feeling that would've been a lot better.
Salamandra continues to repeat to Osbert, "Come to me. Join our flock." And Osbert is kind of like, he's captivated. But you all manage to somehow shake off the effects of the terror. You manage to steel yourselves, and she will bank 2 action points. Who's next after Salamandra? Chauncey, you've got your gear. It's still storming outside. You're wet. You've got your giant Zweihander on your, I'm assuming in hand at this point. What do you want to do?
Well, we had talked about me going and helping at the gate, but I'm gonna ask. Gate or help here?
Osbert doesn't reply. He seems captivated by something inside the castle.
Don't fall in love. She's a beauness.
That girl is
There.
That girl.
That girl is poison. Chauncey, Osbert is not leading.
Then I guess I should go with what I was originally told to do. But it doesn't look good in there. If they're all like turning around and yeah. Can I take a moment and look to see can I see how the battle's going behind me?
Oh, down the hill toward the gates? Yeah.
Can I see from here, basically?
Yeah, you spin around and you'll spend an action point
Yeah, that's
doing
fine,
this
yeah.
to kind of take in what's happening. And down the hill, you can see just a mess of soldiers and those in Elkback kind of fighting a very pitched battle. Elk riders are already been downed in the storm. There are hails of arrows raining down from the walls toward the elk riders. Some of them are turning away the shots. They're struggling to load their weapons fast enough to not get feathered by self bows from Sundown Hill's people. The iron, you can hear a clattering sound at the portcullis as you hear this kind of like, well, bang sort of sound as if they've got some sort of battering ram they're trying to take to the gates to break it down.
All right.
You turn back around toward your friends, and things are looking pretty grim.
Yeah. If you look at Calvin said,
Gate or help?
kill Salamandra.
All right. Wang. I'll start walking that way.
Should have said.
Okay.
Follow your heart?
Yes.
No, I want Salamandra dead.
Do you want to hustle? You want to run all the way up there to Salamandra?
Oh God, no. That would be very untact.
You just want to hustle forward then?
Just want to move, yeah.
What's your movement?
7.
7.
So where put me 7 in and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
no.
Or you want to go the other side?
I'm not gonna go near that fucking shadow thing.
Okay.
Well, she's all the
So-
way over there. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
So she's kind of right here in the archway, toward her supplicants, right here in this arch.
Oh, that was
sorry,
that was
they.
her.
I keep
Sorry.
saying she, but it's a they.
I thought she was over here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's one action point at this point.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Real quick point: you cannot move diagonally on the. You're just heads
2,
up.
3. And
Because of distances on the table.
that's 7.
Yeah. So that's you've charged forward at this point, or you just hustle.
Hustle.
Okay. You're getting closer and closer, and the supplicants are all chanting. They're all chanting together. What do you want to do?
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Bank your last.
I
Oh, that's right.
looked.
That's right. I'm so sorry. You're right. Okay.
No, yeah, I'm just not trying to shark you on my
Yeah.
AP.
What? Who's next?
The Thanes.
The Thanes. Yeah. Speaking of the Thanes. Attack! They scream as the Thanes begin to charge forward. Armed with swords. They get a movement 6.
So did the terror wear
Did
off
the
from
terror-
Charlotte?
Yeah, they've all failed miserably.
Yes, they suffered peril.
Right, they suffer peril, but they're not.
That's right. 1, 2,
Path
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't remember rolling curve, did you?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Probably rolled like super low because
Doesn't matter. It was rolled. That's
I
all.
know. Just
The
making fun of them.
so
'cause
the Thanes kind of charge down the stairs, kind of one after the other. One of them meets you in mortal combat, Chauncey. But the first thing you notice is that as they swing their weapons, they fall feebly to the ground as they are actually incapacitated.
Oh, he Dan rolled. Okay.
Yeah. I rolled 32.
Holy crap.
Shit, yeah.
One away from Max.
Okay.
So, yeah, the
Right.
Thane swings his sword feebly toward you.
I'd be on the ground.
And the blood doesn't connect. Like, they're so absolutely terrorized of the wood woes, but they're commanded by their master Salamandra to do what is necessary, and the throng of people are still like chanting together, creating a living wall between you and them. You and Salamandra. They're not moving. They're not budging. Who's after the Thanes?
Osbert.
Osbert. What are you gonna do?
So I'm under the effects of this spell. Exactly what does that mean?
So while you were captivated, you must move to become engaged with Salamandra.
Okay.
You must behold the great beauty face to face with Salamandra to understand, because it seems so, their beauty is so ethereal, you must see it up close. You're captivated.
Does that mean I have to take a specific route to get there?
That just means you need to become engaged with her.
So I cannot take the wait action. What you're saying?
No.
Okay. I just want to let me be clear there. But I can go any way I want to get there.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
As long
So
as you take the way to get there the closest you possibly can. You can't simply just go 1, 2, 3 back and forth.
no,
right?
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. Like that would be running away.
I think
Yeah.
he's trying to avoid opportunity.
I'm trying to avoid an opportunity. Get there and avoid opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You could try that.
Okay. So, is there any way, like spaces through this wall of people.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna break for you.
Okay.
That would be my assumption. But
All right. So my movement's 15. I'll just start moving that direction.
15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That's a charge?
That's a move. One.
Oh,
move.
it's a hustle?
That's
Yeah.
one hustle.
Okay.
Okay. So second move. 1, 2.
The people break as you come forward, kind of moving aside.
3, 4.
That's all my movement.
I know,
Can I
right?
stand here?
It's sitting
On the stairs?
Yeah.
Here.
No.
Okay.
That's why I
Well, let's do
fly.
this. Let's just assume they're one step back and you kind of
Okay.
engage with them. Okay. As you come before Salamandra,
He goes first.
you can see these strange lines beneath her skin, these strange geometric shapes that should be her veins, but it looks like they just kind of run somewhere deep beneath the flesh. In their skin is so pale it's almost ghostly. Like there is an otherworldliness to Salamandra you can't quite describe, and as you are engaged with them, your heart, you begin to tremble. You're no longer captivated though.
Okay. All right.
She's reaching her hand out as if to embrace you, but her hands are like this, as if to bring you into the fold. And the people turn about to look at Osbert, chanting, smiling, like some strange cult.
welcome, she.
I'm gonna duck out of this and try to attempt to knock down.
Okay. You try to shake out of it and recover, and you will attempt to knock Salamandra off their feet. Okay. Your test is going to be hard.
Oh. Right. So that will be a hard coordination. So that will be 50% chance to succeed. 2 is a success.
Nice.
Which turns into a critical success.
That's right. She, they say, Salamandra says, "You are my chosen." So you are now defenseless to all their attack actions and rough and tumble, and then you take her off her feet. Whomp.
Just sweeping ladies off their feet, right?
Yep. Salamandra falls feebly to the ground, not expecting that at all. Not expecting her new supplicant to do that.
And I'm going to use my border patrol action, trait. So I select one foe in combat. That foe is left defenseless to all range attacks and called shots with range attacks. You make it until they are defeated. You can select a new foe after they're defeated.
So we are both each other's chosen at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I choose you.
That's right.
You choose
Right.
me.
Do I have any
choose me.
coins
You're
left?
happy.
We got 2 coins left.
You do?
You want a coin?
Yeah, I'm going to use a coin to attack. While I'm here.
So while you're doing that, you just spend a coin to draw a weapon.
Yeah, you need to draw one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
only
need
got
2
2.
coins to do it.
Don't do it. We may need those.
I'll wait here.
Uh,
I mean, I've used all my AP, so
Yeah, you're done.
Who's next?
So next is Keegan.
Keegan.
Top of the round.
Who's the second?
Round
I'm the top of the
She
round.
he's actually top.
Oh, are you?
No,
He got
no,
21.
no. To be clear, the
Well,
combat
yeah.
round started with
Yeah, it's true.
Charlotte.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because we talked about one of the things we just real quickly. One of the things we talked about in Flames of Freedom playtesting was like, what happens if a combat starts when somebody instigates combat,
But it's the person who's
but
not
it's
at
the person in
top.
the middle of the round? Well, that's where combat starts.
Makes sense.
But yeah, now it's the beginning of round 2 technically. Yeah. So that's how
I didn't
it
know you
worked.
got 21.
Who's next?
So it's me.
Keegan.
Okay, Keegan, what are you gonna do? I'll spin the
I'm
table around
supposed to
towards
go
you.
first. I don't feel right now.
I mean, you can always wait and figure it out.
All right, so
It'll come. I promise.
You went
Arm
8.
yourself.
yeah, right. Can I words as weapons? Can you do that more than once per turn?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a hasten towards as weapons to attempt to help my allies out to go faster.
Okay.
Nice.
All
I go
right.
fast.
Come on, y'all, get your shit together. Go
I
ahead.
forget what the relevant skill is. For decent.
Well, that's a good question. Only if
I
we
know
had the
inspired
books.
and intimidating.
We'll have the book soon. It's leadership.
Is it leadership? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Keegan's gonna look around, attempt to point out routes where people could go faster.
Or sorry, warfare. Sorry, it's warfare.
Warfare.
Yeah. And it's going to be a standard test.
Standard. Alright.
Yeah.
I'll attempt at least. 72 will not do it.
Oh,
That's okay.
dang.
I didn't realize it was warfare.
Yeah, words fall on deaf
Otherwise,
ears.
I'd have done a different one. Okay, well, that's alright.
You
So
can't
I'm
try it
going-
again. Keep that in mind. It's just,
it's just
more
AP.
difficult. Yeah,
Instead, let's go ahead and go with inspired as leadership, correct?
that's right.
So I'm gonna go with leadership.
This is the way. Okay. Go ahead and roll. This is going to be standard.
Okay. So I have a 70 in leadership. That's a 60.
What's
so
your
that's
affliction?
6. My affliction is, as I am told, gain an assist die when I'm told what to do, and I cannot use a coin to assist myself.
That's what I thought. Okay. What'd you roll?
60, so success.
Nice. Everybody adds +1 to damage threshold and peril threshold. Forges weapons. It's a fun new action for Flames of Freedom.
And that is, and then I'm going to attempt to intimidate those of her supplicants that are left, as well as her and her
Okay.
daughter, sister, whatever.
Yeah.
Cousin, brother.
Turn
Person.
toward the shadow. Hey, you!
I'm sure Keegan is
Okay.
completely.
You will not need to roll against them, but you actually just roll. Roll anyway. It's going to be a standard test.
Okay. That's intimidate. So 14, 18 will succeed.
The Shadow Sister does not seem to be affected by whatever litany of hatred you unleash, but the supplicants, of course, are kind of wide-eyed and awestruck already. Even though they are terrorized and they're kind of blinking through tears, they are still chanting, although they're feebly standing at this point.
They're like added to the
Yeah.
pile.
Anything else you want to do, Keegan?
That's my 3.
Okay.
We're just a bunch of
Who's
tortured
next?
town folks.
At this point, I figure we can just knock them
Sister
over
one.
and breathe on them. Something.
Oh yes.
Sister. You got a sister.
The Shadow
Alright.
Sister, she is still 3 yards off the ground, and she immediately flies through darkness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right beside, 10 because she's dropping down. 11, 12. Moves 12 yards. Coming down to the ground, this dark, grim, black shadow now looming over Osbert. The third sister reaches out her cold, dead hands. This red would be right here. If we're looking at the battle map, she is trying to reach toward Osbert and disable him. Will she? We shall find out. Her chance is 75%. I rolled a 65. Any action points left?
Nope,
Osbert,
unless I use a coin. I'll use a coin.
you gonna try to move out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Your chance, it's a standard simple melee test.
Simple melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah! You're kind of
57% chance to succeed. And that's 55 critical success.
nice.
Nice.
Not only do you manage to move out of the way, you also regain a coin to your pool.
I like it.
Worth it.
As you move away for her third action point, she will reach out once again with the shadowy claws of her shadow touch. Her chance being far worse this time. Her chance is now 65. 91. I think I'll roll a coin. Or use a coin to re-roll that. Let's get that fortune moving around. I rolled an 09.
Nice.
Do you want to try it
I'll
again?
try to dodge again. Why
It's
not?
a routine simple melee test.
All right.
We can do this all night.
67% chance to succeed, and 87 doesn't make it.
Aw.
Okay. The damage you suffer ignores your determination, first and foremost, as you feel the cold, dead hands deal 9 damage.
Okay.
And you also reduce your agility by minus 3% permanently, as you feel life taken from you. It's only 9 over there. Within the shadows, you can see movement of the other 2 sisters as they are preparing to come in. So change the initiative now to 3 sisters. And their turn is over. Who's next?
Collinsworth.
Okay, well, Charlotte is going to.
Part the people see?
Huh?
I said part the people see.
Yeah, it's exactly what Charlotte's going to try to do. So Charlotte's going to charge towards the sister to see if she can make it through the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So what's your charge?
12.
Yeah, so you won't be able to stand on the stairs. That's the only problem we run into with using stairs like this, unless you want to attack from the bottom of the stairs, which you can do. Because you have reach, right?
Yeah, I can do that yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Charlotte comes forward, the strange wood woes kind of moving almost like the broken frames of a film, like kind of. You can hear the snapping and twisting of branches as she's coming forward through the darkness, and she simply shoves one of the supplicants out of the way and reaches out with her strange, elongated, branch-like hands. If you've seen Titus Andronicus, whenever Ophelia's hands are cut off, and she's standing on the tree, that's what she looks like. So reaching in. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay. Your test is going to be challenging because you're on lower ground.
Okay, it'll be challenging, and just so we know for future, if it does come up, I do have spirit sight, so I can see in the dark, treating it as perfect light.
Nice. That's good.
That's cool.
And then, so I'm gonna reach out towards the legs of the sister.
Mm-hmm.
And you said challenging, right?
Yes, challenging.
Do you still get 10% to hit after charge? Okay,
Yes.
nice. Okay, so, all right, so that will be 75%.
Nice.
And a 92 won't do it, and I really want to spend the coin to do it.
Oh, that's 5 misfortune for me and 1 fortune for you remaining. I'm going to put it right here in the middle.
And a 47 will succeed.
Nice. Okay, roll damage.
Well, it is a strangling weapon. So, do I still roll damage with strangling? Because I do intend to initiate a chokehold.
Yes. Well, you can deal damage with your weapons. However, because they are mostly made of smoke and shadow, you cannot grapple them with the chokehold.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and just do damage. So
Yeah, roll damage if you would.
I'm large and a charge.
You're large and in charge?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Large and in a charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're normal size, so yeah, that's fine.
Big money,
And
big money.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Two
So that's
sixes.
5. So 6 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. So 24 damage.
Jeez. Nice.
Is
Big-
it also sweeping or just strangling?
It's just powerful pummeling and strangling.
Okay. I guess sometimes they match up. I was just reading that.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
As Charlotte swings out, the third sister is grievously wounded! And of course, being comprised of shadow stuff and otherworldly material from beyond the material realm, being of the Well of Shadows, the three sisters are also immune to injuries.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
This is powerful.
I mean, what can you injure?
Powerful would push it back, but I don't think that that's a good idea right now.
Okay. Is that it
Anything
for
else,
you?
Charlotte?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right,
Calvin.
who's next? Calvin? Carl
Okay, so
Byrne.
to cast Greater Magic, it's 3 AP, right?
It sure is. And the channel, it's...
Alright, so so I went and broke line of sight. Would I be able to peek around the wall? Or would I have to move inside?
You would need to probably move inside to be able to have full line of sight.
Okay, so we don't have any more... Or
There's
we have...
no, like,
One.
behind the wall.
Can't be like...
The sneaky sneakies. No. Well, look at it this
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
For thinking about the grid, you absolutely... To have line of sight, you have to be within line of sight of the grid.
Right.
So, that's the challenge you run into there.
We have one
Yeah.
coin.
That's alright.
Yeah, well,
I won't do Greater Magic.
No,
then.
do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Because I'll need the 1 to move and then the 3 to...
Yeah.
Okay. If you say so.
We don't have any.
Last time you cast with our lives on the line.
What are you gonna do?
I want to move in.
Go ahead and move your character. So you're going to hustle inside.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
My lives aren't on the line.
So you come
4.
within. Oh boy.
We're gonna die of frostbite
Alright.
somehow in this container.
So
like, no way.
I'm going to cast Hoarfrost.
See?
Oh, tell me about
Don't talk
Hoarfrost.
about
Okay, so Hoarfrost is any one place you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Salamandra.
Okay.
Okay. And I pull out a vial of melted snow, one that I gathered when we were on top of that mountain, and we almost froze to death.
Oh yeah.
So I
that's right.
pull out a vial of snow that has melted, and then I pour it onto the ground. It's going to last for 9 plus willpower minutes, so 19 minutes. All right. And so if I am successful, what this does is it conjures forth a sheet of ice that is insufferably cold and debilitating to the touch. And it covers an explosion template,
Oh god. Which is what?
which is, was it 10?
Oh, it's
It's here.
5 out.
It's 5 out, right? Now, I also have
10 yards in all directions.
10 yards in all directions.
So that's a diameter.
I also have a
Diameter,
talent
so
called
it'd be 5.
Winds of Change, which allows me to shape the spell,
Yeah.
so that way I can ignore my allies.
Okay, well let's see if you cast
Let's see if I
successfully
cast
first.
know about that one.
So it's going to be arduous.
Okay.
Do you want to risk backlash?
Sure.
For spend an additional coin for that? You don't have any.
We don't have any coins to do that.
Oh no, then I can't. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
So then it's just arduous.
Your chances are still pretty damn good, even arduous.
It's 49. And so we'll go ahead and roll it. And that's a 41.
Holy
Whoa!
Nice. So
I was clinching. I saw that one. I was like, maybe 40. Yes, thank goodness.
that's good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to throw down some hoarfrost onto
Alright.
it. How big is an explosion?
It's explosion, so it's 10 diameter, so 5 out in all directions. And I'll be ignoring my friends.
So what does the effect do?
All right, so the effect while Dan's doing that. All right, all foes caught in the explosion template will immediately suffer 3d10 willpower bonus and physical peril. In addition, the ice is considered to be hard terrain,
So no charging or running through it.
right? And then foes, let's see here. Anyone attempting to move upon the Hoarfrost must resist a coordination test or be left helpless on their turns. And since I am an archmage in this greater spell, I've chosen to make it where when I succeed, I critically succeed. So, as above, but the foes cannot resist this magic while upon the ice.
Nice.
So they'll automatically fail. If they try to move, they'll become helpless.
Yikes.
So if she tries to stand up, that's a movement action. She would then become helpless.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Oh man, there's some really. I think you're gonna end up killing
So
some
you-
folks.
So you about killed us with frost, and now you're trying to kill her with frost.
That's why I chose it as my greater magic.
You know it's nasty.
You learned the lesson.
Plus Frosty.
I know.
Yeah.
Frosty
Frosty.
the Snow Mage.
I know, it's
So I'm just kind of throwing down some
Hoarfrost.
hoarfrost here.
I didn't even know I did it.
Whoa, grab more high too.
They're the devil.
Do you want me to help you or no?
You can move them now, please.
You're gonna have to hike them. Just throw them away.
There's like,
What?
Kidding, kidding.
I would just like to point out that this bag, how many did it start
I
with? in
ate
it?
6.
It's like 50 something, I
I
think.
ate 1 serving. A lot of that.
serving.
Yeah,
There's 8.
a reasonable amount.
There is 8, which is just a little bit
It's
over
these
one
two.
serving.
It's these two.
Where did she go?
They only
She's
probably
not
had
on
2
the
servings.
floor.
It's out of
I've
consideration
easily
that I
had
don't
3.
eat any because I leave them all for those who love it.
You don't ever eat them?
I haven't eaten. No, I don't eat them. I like them. Don't get me wrong.
Very,
but
very
usually there's other
kind of you
snacks.
to do. I'm actually I'm getting all the terrain put down real quick for the Hoarfrost
Yeah, take them.
because it's there's a lot. Tracking an explosion template on terrain. Wasn't prepared for
Takes
this.
a bit of
At least for this spell.
bit of wake.
Yeah.
19 minutes. That's a while.
Yeah, for 19 minutes.
Entire combat. So
Most likely.
yeah, we've got Hoarfrost. We got Hoarfrost on the ground. Okay, cool. Anything else you wish to do?
Oh, that's all my AP and
Okay.
our extra
Yeah.
last coin. So
And
make sure
all
to
the
take that.
coins.
What's that?
The last coin?
Oh, that's right. Last action.
So it's
Okay,
3D
who's
what?
next?
What's the
No, it's 3d10. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
hold on.
2 damage. Yeah, baby.
3d10 physical peril.
Ouch.
All right, that was not a lot. Plus my willpower bonus. Yeah, plus my willpower bonus. So it's 10, 11, 22.
Beings from beyond the grave cannot
Magic.
be impacted by peril, nor can the third sister. So there's-
Salamander and them can't be affected by peril.
No.
Okay.
The third sister cannot because they are supernatural,
Right.
nor can she, but for very different reasons.
Okay.
She is lying on the ground. Who is next?
Salamandra.
Oh, yeah. So if she stands up, she is helpless. So she will come to her feet for 2 AP. Or, sorry. Is it 3?
3 because it's hard.
Because in critical success.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. So she comes to her feet for 3 AP. Ugh. Kind of slowly lumbering up onto.
And she's gonna start spinning some like coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. She just starts making it rain.
And then.
Exactly.
If it's coins, it's
That's yeah, no kidding.
And all the cold.
She is currently unharmed, but she is, of course, helpless, and she is going to bank on the ability to throttle Osbert and position him between her and anyone else while helpless. So she'll spend a coin to move over 1 yard. It's the first thing that she's going to do, so she can get a little closer. And she looks to Osbert and says, "You are my thrall." As she reaches out to use her vampiric claws. Another action point for another coin. Chances are 70%.
She didn't move out of combat.
That's an 83. I'll spend another coin to re-roll that.
It's coming.
Yeah, we need those.
I'm probably gonna.
That's
need
a
these.
32. That's a hit.
All right. I will use a coin to try to avoid it.
You were previously captivated. Actually, you can't
Yep,
because
you're
you were
defenseless
defenseless to her attacks.
Okay,
So
great.
as she grabs you, I need to roll damage, but first I need to figure out what's devastating quality again. Can someone pull it real quick?
Here, when you inflict injuries with this weapon, they are always treated as grievous.
That's what I thought. Okay, so her devastating vampiric claws. First off, you will suffer not 14. I think you'll suffer 16. A 6. That's great. 22. 26 damage.
Okay.
And because you cannot resist, her hands are also strangling, which will catch you in a chokehold, which you will then suffer. And as you're caught in the chokehold, you will suffer 8 plus 9, so 15 peril as she has a hold of you. And because she does drain thy blood, blood, her teeth sink into Osbert's neck as you reduce your combat, brawn, and willpower by -3% permanently.
Okay, so I'll just use a determination point at this point because that put me
To do
at,
what?
Because 26 damage is my final threshold.
So you would be slain?
It didn't go over it, but it was at the final.
Okay,
threshold.
you can only use determination to escape death or injury.
Okay. So but yeah, I would be slain because I'm already hurt.
Did you track the fact that you have +1 to your peril threshold? Or damage
Peril?
threshold?
Yes.
Okay.
But like I was already hurt, and that's all the way down.
So you will avoid damage,
right.
but you avoid being slain, so you remain at the same. You remain hurt,
Right.
but you still reduce your combat, your brawn, and your willpower by 3%.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You are still caught in a chokehold.
By 3%? Okay.
Yeah. Being her chosen as you are.
Being our chosen's not a good thing.
It is not.
Choose somebody else.
And finally, you begin to bleed. Such great power Salamandra has as she holds Osbert off of his feet, dangling underneath of her. Inescapable, she can move freely with somebody in a chokehold. And she will do just that. For a coin. She will take Osbert and move 13 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Was she in the engagement with everyone else?
What engagement?
I can't see from where
She
I'm
was
sitting.
with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She grapples Osbert and drags him up the altar, holding him over the stairs. This one is mine, she says. So whose turn is it now? I have 1 coin left. You have all the coins! Who's next?
Chauncey.
Chauncey, what do you do? You, of course, are down here.
Redo all the math.
What's next for you?
How far back? I can't. They just keep moving. I can't get to them.
Watch the Hoarfrost.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You don't need to watch the Warfrost.
Yes,
It
he
is-
does.
No, he doesn't.
It's foes only.
Yeah,
When he casts this spell, he avoids hitting friends.
Right, it just
But
says,
the
in
spell
addition,
is
those
persistent.
attempting to move upon the Hoar Ice must resist the
Yeah.
coordination test.
You still
So you
have
would not
to
want to go on.
Yeah.
Don't
you will
go
want to
on
move up,
course.
say over here, as an example.
That's
You
where I
wanna
was
move-
gonna
yeah.
go.
Can you jump across it?
So, just to be clear, she's helpless, or they are helpless until the beginning of next turn, is that right?
Or be left helpless on their turn.
Yeah. So helpless until the beginning of their next turn,
Okay, yeah.
basically. Yeah. What will you do? If you can get,
I can't get
you can
to that
them,
thing,
you can
so-
get to them.
Who? Them?
Yeah.
There's no
So
possible way I can get-
Salamandra is helpless until their next turn.
Right, you get to her.
Yeah.
Get to
So that's 1, 2, 3. So can they strike me? I don't even know. I mean,
No, they're
they're 1, 2, 3,
incapacitated,
4, 5,
basically.
6, 7. I mean, can I bust through these guys?
Yeah,
You know?
just spend 2 movement to move through them, to shoulder through them.
10, 11.
It's just 2 upstairs. That's right.
Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that an actual person?
It is, yes.
Is he incapacitated too, or do we know anything about this guy?
You're just now seeing him once you come up the stairs. One of the some of the Thane's men are still up here. There are 2 who are positioned nearest the altar, who are on either side here, along with the throngs of people. And then there is one who is clearly standing here.
Okay, well, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And just try to go through him?
You could end your movement with, or yeah, you could do that. You could try a knockdown to get past him, and then spend an action point to continue moving.
Okay.
You've got coins, bud.
Yeah, you got all the coins except for 1.
All right, so that would be my 3 if I choose to knock him down.
So you storm forward.
So charge.
You charge it. So your knockdown is going to be
charge and then knockdown. Would that be
Yes.
the best way to do
Yeah,
it?
so you can use either your athletics or you can use your coordination. And your test is routine. You add +10 because of charge.
Okay, athletics. So 82% chance.
Yeah.
34.
Nice.
Okay, let's see if they resist.
They have to resist with coordination test.
Yeah.
Can they resist?
Not so hot on that one. It's a challenging test for them. Their test is 25%.
They got this.
Make sure that's right. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
17, of course.
Well, I should re-roll that
Yeah, 'cause
because
you-
I actually didn't roll red percentile dice.
Yeah, you rolled 210.
I rolled 210.
Yeah.
I should be rolling with purples. Can you tell the
Oh,
difference
because
in
you
these
wouldn't be able to
colors?
tell which one.
Can you
was-
tell the
Yeah.
difference of these colors, Tim?
The blue ones?
Oh, purple and green. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I
Dick.
had to get it in.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 48, so that's a failure. So you knock them down on the ground. That's 3 action points. You want to use a fortune point to hustle past?
Guys?
How many we got?
We got
All of them, except for 1. You have 5.
Leave me a couple, but yes.
Okay, so
I need help.
So 1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
3. You can't
3,
diagonal.
sorry.
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I'm there.
Okay.
Would you be able to get there in 7 more?
Yes. I'll be able to get to her.
Then take 1 to move and take 1 to attack.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I have a
You have
reach weapon,
reached,
so
right. So here comes the Zweihander as Chauncey is
Finally.
now positioned right beside Salamandra at the foot of the altar.
Yeah, because Osbert gonna probably die if something.
Salamandra is currently helpless, holding on to Osbert. Before you roll,
okay.
something to keep in mind. You do not need a charge bonus because you charged into that person just to be
Right,
You're
obviously.
hustling afterward, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is if you miss, if you miss, you reroll to see if you hit Osbert.
Okay.
If you critically fail,
I hit us.
you hit Osbert.
Okay.
So, your test is going to be challenging.
Okay. They're defenseless, and it's challenging.
Well, they're helpless. They're not defenseless.
Helpless.
Okay, helpless.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a 76%.
It's worse than defenseless.
32.
Ah! The
Way to go!
what? So they're helpless.
So helpless cannot use any reactions whatsoever and may be slain with a successful attack.
Explain to us what happens whenever Chauncey buries the Zweihander through Salamandra. Tim, you don't have to roll any damage.
Yeah, you don't have to roll
Say
damage.
she's
Oh, she's... Oh,
She's
really?
helpless. That's why I was trying to get away.
I get it. I didn't...
And that
Sorry, I
was
was
the whole
completely-
point of hitting her with
Yeah.
that spell was to make her helpless.
Oh, well...
Yes.
That's why we said use all your points.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna step up on one stair and I'm gonna swing it around and take her head off.
Okay. You
like
do
she got
so,
ahead of herself.
and her
She definitely got ahead of herself.
as you swing the blade to lop
Actually, it's
off
not 3.
I know, right?
Salamandra's head, she turns into a swarm of locusts. Like begins filtering through the air everywhere around you, buzzing and swirling in this huge swarm of insects, dropping Osbert to the ground as he collapses, falling prone onto the ground.
Oh, I think actually you get one more of those.
Oh, that's right. Good call. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Try to be fair.
Salamandra has been defeated?
Question mark?
And as this happens, the insect swarm gets an opportunity attack against you and Osbert. As she is now just a swarm of locusts and insects everywhere. But it's a 45% chance to hit. Sorry, it's opportunity attack, so it's 65. I rolled a 77. I crit failed. I crit failed.
I will hit her then.
Yeah.
I will hit the
so,
swarm.
whenever you real quickly, whenever you critically fail a counterattack, here's what happens.
Start smashing bugs.
Smash the bugs! I smash them. Stomp. Critical failure for counterattack as attack type, of course. So it's as just as an attack action. So, sorry. They would be disarmed, but they cannot be disarmed. But I'll give it an opportunity attack. I'll give you a counterattack opportunity. So go ahead and make it a counterattack yourself. You swing your weapon toward the swarm of locusts and insects.
And that's routine.
It's counterattack, so it's just going to be easy.
Okay. 99. 97 I rolled.
Okay. Roll damage.
I'll roll
D6s.
That's 17 points of damage.
Okay. The locusts kind of burst all around as you swing your weapon wildly as you're trying to do what you can to stomp the locusts. They're underneath your feet, you're stomping, you're swiping them off your arms, you're taking your sword through the air, but like trying to swing it at a swarm of locusts is ineffective. Your weapon's completely ineffective. As the swarm of locusts is kind of swirling around in this chamber right now everywhere.
I'm going to kill as many as I can.
Yeah. I'm going to replace the... I'm going to use little birds right now because I don't really have anything else that's sufficient to represent.
We got the Sister of Doom
What,
over our head.
Yeah, that's right, you do. So, who's next?
The Thanes.
The Thanes. The Thanes are like, oh shit, as they realize what's happening. And they yell out, protect her sepulture at any cost. As the two Thanes will immediately come toward Chauncey in a pincer attack from either side. So, one, two, three. Yeah, so they can close the distance very quickly. They quickly gather from either side of the altar and come up on Chauncey to try and keep you from going wherever they're saying to protect.
Break the altar!
Yeah. I should clarify, there's no altar here. They said sepulture, and you don't see, in a sepulture would imply naturally where one is buried. But you don't see that quite yet. So, where they're at, the first one says, "To arms!" As he will use words as weapons.
That's what I was thinking.
And he is going to try to inspire his ally. God, I did not succeed that. I should have called out. I'm so sorry. That is he has a 72% chance to roll a 75, so I'm going to give you a coin and re-roll that. God, that's terrible. 54. Okay, he succeeds. Now, because they have the ability Call to Arms, they double the benefits. So their damage or proud thresholds go up by 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I forgot to add mine.
It's actually one of the profession. It's actually a talent, a trait in Flames. Yeah. So one of them does Call to Arms. The other one says, "You son of a bitch!" He screams, and they're now just kind of swinging their weapons and doing what they're going to try to do. So the first one's going to swing his weapons for a 70% chance to strike Chauncey. I rolled a 71. And they're going to do everything they can at all costs. I'm going to use that coin to reroll. I got one coin left. Oh boy. The blow connects. Do you want to try to parry?
I do.
Do you have an action point?
I have lightning reflex.
Oh, nice. That's great. Okay. Your chance is going to be challenging.
Okay.
swings viciously with a hanger sword, but you get a giant Zweihander.
76% chance. And I somehow rolled a 91. I am going to take one of these.
Okay, I'll take that. Thank you. I'll take that coin.
There we go.
Okay. You parry the first blow.
By one.
By one.
Hey, it's all that matters.
The other one will swing his weapon.
I like the fluidity of coins.
70. It's nice, right?
It's kind of fun.
70% it is a lot. 09. You want to try to parry?
I do.
He will take advantage of his ebb and flow, and as you raise your sword to parry, he finds an in, and he cancels out the use of your coin. As you keep,
I don't need to use a coin.
You have
I have lightning reflex.
Lightning reflexes allows you to parry
0 AP.
once.
For one, because it gives you 1 AP.
Oh, when it gives you
Yeah.
one additional.
Yeah,
I'm
it gives you
sorry.
1 AP. Yeah.
Do you want to use a coin to try to parry?
I thought you said I couldn't. Cancel it out.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to use a coin to do that. So the question is, do you want to use a coin to parry right now?
No, I mean until.
Okay. Then I'm not using that ability.
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking.
I was like-
Because I can only take it once a game session. So,
I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
I don't know any of
No
this
worries.
yet, guys.
Don't worry about it. We're all learning.
First combat.
I don't know that one.
I'm gonna use a coin to try to 6. Come on. So that's a 6 plus 13 damage.
I am still unharmed.
Nice.
Nice.
So he manages to still bring the sword up and keep himself protected. But that's not all the Thanes. There's another Thane who's gonna get up for 2 AP. And he's gonna hustle over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we now have completely surrounded Chauncey.
I cannot be flanked or surrounded.
Nice. So you can still escape out of there, which is good.
I have an impenetrable wall.
Nice. That's right. It's 6 is pushing.
Yeah,
you, right?
exactly.
5 is okay, but 6 is pushing.
Right,
it.
right,
That's
right,
right.
right. You're
So
not surrounding
even
me.
though Chauncey is surrounded, we see him kind of lower himself almost like a puma. He's got the weapon in hand and he's looking for a way to get out of there. Whose turn is up next?
Osbert.
Osbert, what will you do?
So, am I knocked down?
You were on the ground prone. Yes, you were dropped whenever the weapon attempted to hew the head of Salamander off, but then they turned into a swarm of locusts and you dropped to the ground on
Okay.
top of the altar. What will you do?
I guess I'll draw my weapon, my double-barreled pistol.
Okay, on the ground.
Well, I have to do it at the beginning of my turn.
Yeah.
So, yes. And then I'll stand up for 0 AP with Kip.
Give up.
Kip up.
Okay.
And
Your weapon is not loaded,
Okay. And so we have
to be clear.
this person up here,
Yeah.
the sister.
Yeah, the spirity person.
Okay.
Unless you want to use quick load.
Okay, I'll use quick
Don't
load.
do it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
So 0 AP to load a weapon when you click load.
But your defense.
But your defense is still the beginning
Right,
next
yeah.
turn. Okay, so you load your weapon.
That's
Yes.
This does not seem like a good trade-off.
Okay, so I
If
will.
you're out of range.
If you got range, it's good.
I'll use my border patrol ability on the sister up there.
Okay, she is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 yards away.
21 yards away.
Is it a pistol?
It is a pistol, yes.
So it does not have long distance, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
Can you fire at her still? Is she out of your distance?
She's out of my distance.
I thought so.
Yeah.
All right, good try. Yeah, that's why I put numbers on here so we know the ranges, because when you measure range in 3 dimensions, you just go down and across. We don't measure like that because it gets really complicated.
No need to use Pythagorean theorem.
No Pythagorean, that's right. No Pythagorean theorem to do this.
Right.
Can I just have a moment or do it?
Yeah, you have yeah.
Okay, I was like.
Wait, so
Yeah.
pistols don't have long range at all?
So the weapons of the pistol quality. To clarify, it's a good question. Weapons of the pistol quality. Let's look in under trappings. Look at the pistol quality specifically. I'm sorry. This weapon's fury dice do not explode to deal additional damage at medium and long distances. So yes, you have long. I'm so sorry about that. You do have long distance. You just your dice just can't explode at that distance.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they're in, yeah.
But they're still too far for me. It's my distance is 15, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15.
What would you like to do instead?
All right.
You're kind of looking around. You've got your weapon loaded. You're defenseless.
Oh, I'm still defenseless. Okay.
Yeah, you quick loaded.
Oh, I didn't realize
No,
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Skill test.
It is a trap, by the way. Quick load's good if you got distance. If you're like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Whoops.
I'm thinking about doing that for
no way, people with ranged weapons can just fire every turn, as long as they have like people in front of them or they're behind stones or whatever it may be. Yeah.
You just want to make sure that no one can get to you, knock
That's right.
you out, or kill you.
Okay. Can I see back what's going on back here from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you spin around, you can see that there are more Thanes back there,
Okay.
and that you hear them yell out like, "Protect the sepulcher!" And as they do so, you can see that the Thanes kind of like double up and turn toward all of you, back down this back hallway.
All right. So. All right. I guess I'm just gonna try to get out of the way for now.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize that I fucked up. So. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move down in this way.
Okay.
I get there's all the ice there.
And keep in mind when you move through an area, a piece of area that's like with a character that's marked in black, a harmless supplicant, you need to spend 2 yards to move through as opposed to
Can I
1.
move through the locust? Will that do anything?
You can try.
Okay.
Did already try to strike us.
Let me move the coins here so we can
So,
see this a little more clearly. I think the coins are kind of getting in the way.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it was a good idea when no one was there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm
But
just
then
gonna go.
Salamander's
around
like,
this
I
way,
don't want to
guess.
get killed. I'm helpless. But she did, or they did. What are you gonna do?
Move around this way. Go around it. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
6.
It's
7,
it's
8,
2 when going downstairs and 2 when going up.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. You were trying to just get this as far away as you possibly can.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving actually, since I am helpless.
Do you have any are you out of action points at this point?
Yeah. No.
Oh, nice.
This movement is
6, 7,
insane.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Jeez.
And you guys are still back there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep moving.
I
1,
haven't had
2, 3,
a
4,
chance
5,
much.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna stand here.
Nice.
You go back.
So you can stand up for 0 AP with your talent, right?
Yeah,
That's what I
kip
thought.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kip up's nice.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yep.
So 0, 0, and 0.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty nice.
Pull, low, kip up,
Yeah.
and run.
Get out of here!
45. That took me 3 turns to get there.
Yeah.
And like 2 points.
Yeah.
So who's next?
It took you 1.
Keegan. Yeah.
Keegan. Okay, Keegan. This is the 3rd minute of combat, by the way. There's the 3rd
Take me to the
round.
back room. I'll go to the front.
You are
Get to the sepulcher! Whatever the shit they keep saying. Whatever they keep saying.
the sepulcher. Yeah.
Find the sepulcher.
Find the sepulcher! It's probably being guarded by all the things that dipshit just ran away from!
Well, that's somebody telling me what to do.
Keegan, action time.
Okay, so I've been around places. I've been around a lot of towns and everything while
Yeah.
serving other lords. Could I guess where a sepulcher might be in a cathedral like this?
Yeah, it's where the saints and the priests would be buried inside the chapel. You just don't know if it's on the left or the right. So,
But I would know it's back there.
yes.
Way the fuck.
So, now I
I
will.
can't move for shit.
I need
So this is
us to, for a moment, to suspend disbelief. So
Right.
let's all stand and look at the map. We, the players, can clearly see there are 3 sepulchers right here,
Right.
and there was one right here, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to say is that yes, Keegan knows that the sepulcher is further in, but we need
side?
to roll a random direction you're going to go.
Okay.
Because I think otherwise we'd be
Metagaming.
cheating the
Okay.
cheating the terrain.
Oh, you pretend
Right.
I paid attention to those rooms when you revealed them.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin everything around though so you can see clearly where I'm talking about. as you can tell, there's like a sepulcher here,
Yeah.
right? And then there's 3 over here, and I think we can pretty
I
much
would-
intuit what those things mean as players, but as characters.
I promise I was not metagaming because I didn't even
No.
notice those.
No, I'm not saying anybody
No, I
did.
know.
I'm just saying we all can see what we can see as players. So I think what we should do
Okay.
is determine random direction. So 1, 2, 3 on a 6-sider, you go.
1, 2, 3.
Or you know what? Actually, pick 3 numbers on a 6-sider.
3 numbers.
Yeah.
Let's go with 1, 3, 6.
Okay, so 1, 3, 6, you go to the right. Your only thing else that goes, you go the other direction.
4.
Can I use a coin to turn it into a 6?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I like how
Okay.
don't metagame with them.
Yeah, don't have.
Hey, that's a game mechanic, alright?
It's a game mechanic. You can't
Woody
metagame a game mechanic. I'm just
also
saying.
giving him a coin.
Pretty weird,
Hey,
actually.
you know what? If you want to spend a
I wasn't
coin to
thinking
do that,
about that until
Yeah.
I
you can do
failed.
it because I want coins, as do all of you.
Yeah,
It gives you
yeah,
more
right.
things to do. So, if we're looking at where Keegan is at,
I wasn't thinking. I'm not gonna get there anytime soon. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
'cause,
So you're clearly here. So you're going to head the correct direction. How far do you want to move in?
well, first I want to check. What are you at damage threshold?
I am at.
Are you just hurt right now?
I'm just
It's hurt.
Okay, then I'm not gonna stop to heal.
Weak. All the loss of
Well, I
attributes.
I can't do nothing about that.
But I
So-
should note that this is now the second round of Osbert bleeding.
Oh, you're bleeding.
Oh,
That's a whole different.
Then
And
I
the,
will.
the color is washing away from his face.
So then I will go ahead and staunch the bleeding at this
Staunch
point.
bleeding, okay. That's 2 AP.
It's 2 AP for that.
I think under, if we look at first aid,
This is 2 or 1.
because now you can heal in combat, Tim.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough when you couldn't.
Whenever you first aid, apply tourniquet's 3 AP.
Oh, it's my full.
I'm back to the
Son of a
dealer.
Yeah.
Like a scared baby.
Okay, so Keegan will say, I'm going to head that way, and say which direction he would go, but then he's going to
Yeah.
go ahead and apply.
And you all would trust Keegan well enough to know, so I think that all of you at this point can take advantage of that knowledge. I mean,
Okay.
come on.
I was gonna go the other way.
Keegan's advanced tier. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, like
Divide and conquer.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
One of you is
Keegan's
gonna
just
get to-
saying what his idea was.
So you're gonna
I think it's
so
that
you're
way.
going to bind. You're going to you're going to apply a tourniquet for Osbert, so he's a bleed.
They're
death.
not in there. Okay.
I'd say spend advantage, but
I do have bandages.
you don't need to because unless you have like a limited number of bandages.
We've got a lot. We've got a
Let
lot.
me check. I think I have like 8.
Yeah. I would say.
Yeah, I do have 8.
I would say track your bandages just in case.
Okay.
So
I
you know,
have them on.
You do have that's 3 action points, but you do have coins remaining.
I already used a coin to know which way to go, so I
you
feel
don't-
like I probably
You don't
should.
want to give me some more coins? I'll
No,
have
because I
2.
moved for 7, so that's
okay,
useless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so whose turns up
Figured
next?
that one out quickly.
Who's next? I think it's
Three
I think-
sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. When does Charlotte go?
Right after the 3 sisters.
Oh, okay. All right.
These have been
Sisters started
really
combat.
long turns,
Yeah.
so
So, at this
I've only
point,
moved twice.
You've been doing a lot.
Actually,
the
I've done nothing twice. I haven't.
the third sister.
We've been doing a lot.
Yeah, I've done words as weapons.
Yeah.
and heal.
Hey, that helps.
That's
One,
it.
I'll take one
Absolutely
damage
does.
per arrow threshold.
I'm an assist. That is true, though.
The first of the 3 sisters, you see the shadow kind of like snap for a moment and kind of rumbling all around her, the smoke kind of forming and solidifying as I will spend a coin to move 1 step up the damage condition track.
Damn it.
So now they are
I couldn't get there.
seriously wounded. So that's 0 action points. And from there, the third sister will come toward Charlotte and reach out with her cold, dead hands into the. She's gonna fly up. So she is currently helpless, I should note. Well, she can't be helpless because she's not human. Does anything else special happen when they move through Hoarfrost? Mike?
No, they just become helpless.
Okay.
I don't know if you, since it's an explosion, you would count the up as well.
Well, yeah. So she floats. She was currently on the ground before, but they can't be rendered helpless.
Oh, okay.
So she will float up. I was just curious if there's any damage component or anything else tied to it.
Peril.
Yeah. So the third sister kind of rises and floats down to the ground. I'm not using a 3. What am I doing here? She kind of drops down like this and will attack Charlotte with her cold dead hands with her shadow touch. It's a 75% chance to strike. And I rolled a 45. Charlotte will try to evade the attack.
Yes, please.
Okay. It's just whatever your primary attack is, and it's going to be standard.
I think I need to use a coin to do it.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I charged and then I attacked. Yeah.
I'll take that coin.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It has been.
So, standard.
Yes.
Okay. 75. And a 16 will succeed.
Nice. The smoke and shadow passes effortlessly through Charlotte as Charlotte's strange woodwose form manages to evade the attack. Meanwhile, the shadow descends, moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I think it is... Yeah, 25. 26. As she descends down, reducing her movement. And of course, I accounted for those movements as well. These are actually really smart to use. As she descends down and moves into the other chamber. No telling where the third sister is, though.
Sister.
Sister. If we sister. That's right. Busta. And the 2 of 3 sisters' turns are over. Who's next?
Collinsworth.
Charlotte.
Alright, so then Charlotte is going to turn towards the sister that's on her, and she will strike out at her.
Okay, so right here.
She will take her nubby arms and swing both of them at
Nice.
her.
Okay. Roll strike. It's standard.
Okay, 75%. And a 43 will succeed.
Nice. Roll damage.
Okay. That will be... Oh,
When he's going.
yeah, I'm going to take a coin to turn this into a 6. So that's...
Give me coins. I shall take them freely.
There's another 6.
Whoa!
And 4, so 4 is 7, plus 12 is 19, plus 12 is 31.
Dead. Oh, well.
The third sister is slain.
Okay.
It's like, what can it
In
do?
a gout of smoke and shadow, the third sister. This is the second time you've killed her. But she was very much human, very much a Seabran before. You have dispatched the shadow, Charlotte, and she is gone. Anything else you wish to do?
Yeah. So that was one action point.
Yeah.
And I want to spend another action point to turn into the eagle.
Okay.
And so seeing as how I am a tall or a large individual, when I turn into the eagle, is it possible I could be in air at that time?
Sure.
Jump and then turn into there.
Yeah, jump and turn into the eagle. So that's
Squeal!
that's a second AP.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to hustle towards Chauncey. That's all by himself.
Okay.
And
How
I-
far will you move?
I can fly for
forever.
15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Go as
8,
fast as me.
9,
fast
10,
wind.
11, 12. You want to engage one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep in mind that you are currently at 9 yards in the air.
Right. So I
let's move you all. Actually, flip the camera back. Battle camera back, and we can see where you have turned into the eagle, and you are 9 yards above that. So what will you do now?
How many coins do we have left?
We've got 3.
Tree.
Okay.
What you thinking?
Pokemon time.
I'm thinking of doing some really stupid stuff, but
I kind of have an idea, and I hope that you're thinking it.
Yeah. So, in actuality, since I am 9 above it, I would like to move directly above with my last movement point of that hustle, and then spend an AP to turn into Charlotte and drop down on top of one.
Sure. Yeah,
I
why
need to
not?
spend a coin to do it, and Charlotte will take damage potentially. But
Sure.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. So
that's
Charlotte
a
will,
lot of
as
weight.
Charlotte drops, she will suffer 9 plus 8. Oh, 17 damage.
Charlotte is hurt.
Slam.
How much does she eat?
Roll to strike. This is a counterattack. It's easy.
Okay.
Bonk. Oh my God.
So that is going to be a 95%,
Yeah.
and 58 will succeed.
Nice. Roll. They'll suffer the falling damage too. So 17.
It's like a tree
Yeah.
trunk fell on.
Yeah. So if a tree falls in a cathedral and everyone's around to hear it,
That was
it
I
definitely
heard
makes a
it.
sound.
And
They are seriously wounded. It is falling damage too. Roll 2d6.
Yeah.
I don't wait to hold this. real quick.
2d6. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can't wait.
6 and a 4.
Guess what? Somebody can't walk. So at this point, we can just remove one of the Sundown Hill soldiers, as they're incapacitated and are not going to be able to get out of here at this point. They are.
And
Poor bastard.
at that moment, you hear this as the tree cracks and groans as Charlotte looks over towards you, and like you can see this slight.
Chauncey.
Yeah, he looks over at Chauncey. You can see this slight look of recognition, like kind of a warm look. If a tree, with a face could have one.
You and brother are very weird, but I really like it.
Yeah.
And then you hear Collinsworth call out, "Thank you!" from way across.
Who's
the
next?
river.
Calvin.
Calvin, you're up.
Okay.
I love that you womp. Like from Mario.
All right. So
That's great.
Calvin, I guess, hearing that, that each sepulcher is possibly on the one side, we'll go ahead and take that advice and continue to go that way.
The correct toward the way that Keegan directed
Right,
you.
keeping directed.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, we always
Also, since I am on this side, I would choose this side regardless.
I think
Fair
it's to the
point.
right.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to cross all the way over there.
All right. Go ahead and move your figure
Go for
through.
Two sisters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1.
Yeah.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need
You just move them through.
6.
6. Yeah.
7.
Right as you come into the storage room, that's when you see that they are 2 of the Thanes standing guard at the door, and they're like, "Don't let them through! Protect the sepulchre at all costs!" They say, which is, for those who are looking at the camera, this is where, this right here is where Calvin is, and here's where the 2 Thanes are protecting clearly the sepulchre right here, which is where, for whatever reason, is important.
I'm going to bank my last AP at that point.
You know what he says? 2 action points that are right here. You sure?
I mean, I could cast some greater magic with that, but I'll hold off.
You could. I'll have a Haichu instead.
Yeah, okay.
I will eat this Haichu in honor of
Sacrifice the
your
Haichu
action.
I think in late game I need to wart them and then ride. I'll take a coin.
Are
Who's
you
next?
sure you want to call?
Salamander.
Okay. Salamandra.
Yeah.
Why is the 14? Salamandra flies in the air about 3 yards. And immediately provokes a counterattack, but your weapon just kind of effortlessly passes through the swarm of locusts. Just shing! As she begins to levitate. 3 yards up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's 5. She's flying. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Disappears beyond. Into the back rooms. And from where you're at, Calvin, you can see the Thanes from right here, you're right there, you see them kind of turn around, and you hear the sounds of locusts. Whatever the sound locusts make. I think it's something pretty terrible and kind of creepy, we can assume.
Sound like cicadas.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
like a
sounds of cicadas.
Georgia
insects.
evening.
And the Thanes say, "The sepulchre protected at all costs." They say once again, and they kind of like ready themselves to ensure that you don't come in. And then you can hear voices, Chauncey, from beyond where you can see the Thane, or sorry, the Earl of this place, kind of desiccated and old, like he looks just washed of all life, sitting in a chair slumped over. He's turning toward you, and he kind of raises a feeble arm and he points down the altar toward the stairs, and he goes, "That way." He urges. Who's next? Salamander's turn is done.
Chauncey.
Chauncey, what will you do? You're never surrounded. You've got 3, you've got 2 on you at least. What will you do? We turn toward you. You're of course standing right here, your giant Zweihander sword at the foot of the altar.
Go after her. I'll take these 2.
Then you see it start to turn around as if it's going to.
I'll make sure that I'm in between them and it. I already am, so that's awesome. Yep. That one.
Okay.
Is either of them hurt?
No. They're both unharmed.
Okay, well then I'm going to try to hold them here. That's going to be my task.
Okay. Alright, roll to
So
strike.
I'm going to take aim because I get
Nice.
significant bonuses for doing that.
Yeah. So that's a routine test now.
Okay, so it's a 96% chance. 64.
Hold on, my coins. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
They will not raise their weapons to guard.
That is a 14 plus 3, so 17 points.
Only 17?
Only 17. I
You
rolled
rolled
a
a
2.
2.
Well, they're moderately wounded. Roll 1d6. See if they suffer an injury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't. I can take one out maybe.
You want to use a coin to roll more?
Nope. No injury.
Okay. All right.
That's up to you guys. I mean, we only got 2, right?
Yeah. Let's hold on to him.
No.
No. Well, we have 4.
Oh, we got 4.
That's why I'm
shit,
like,
yeah.
So you're going to injure them?
No.
do a
I'm-
6.
More
I'm gonna
damage.
do More damage.
Okay.
So plus
So-
4 to that.
I thought I only saw
So
21.
6.
Yeah, that's why I was like.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I can turn that 2 into a 6.
Yeah.
So that'd be a 21. And then you roll
21
again.
and then
23.
23.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, it's still more
was.
damage.
Didn't do anything.
Tell us what happens whenever the Thane is slain by your sword.
Thane
Oh.
slain.
My man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well,
Ooh, you get to
Having so
describe
much
another
fun
death.
talking with us. All night tonight we've been doing it.
I'm just gonna take out his legs.
At the knees.
Drops to the ground.
And then I'm gonna turn to his friend. You're next.
You got defeat Salamandra.
She's dead too.
In his dying breath.
As I already killed her once. I'm turning into the Yoder Chauncey. I'm going to
Yoder
butcher
Chauncey.
all of these town folks.
Yes.
Everyone in here dies at my feet.
That's Tim. This Tim Yoder's Chauncey. All right. Anything else you wish to do? You took aim. You attacked. You got 1 action point left.
I have 1 action point.
This is why I told him not to follow his heart. Just kill Salman.
Can I knock this one down?
You try knockdown, yeah. Athletics or coordination?
Athletics, please.
Okay. What's your build?
Stocky.
Stocky, perfect. Routine.
Okay. That is a 82% chance. I rolled a 90.
Oh.
Want to use a coin?
No.
Great.
Don't do it.
We're good.
Okay,
We're
you,
good. I
you
didn't know.
shoulder check them, and they kind of stumble back and redouble themselves with their hanger sword. Who's next?
Thanes.
Thanes.
Someone.
Thane? Single?
Thane got a bear garden jaw. Thane gonna put up with that. Thane's going to take aim. Thane gonna bring you to Thane Town, or try to at least. So the Thane raises his terrible kind of hanger sword and swings, hacking wildly.
Bring the Thane train?
The Thane.
There
you
Thane
go.
train, that's right. So 65 strikes. Do you want to try to parry that?
I do.
Lightning parry, hey! Your test is going to be challenging because it's a game.
Okay. That is a 76, and a 41 is a success.
Son of a bitch. All right. you block the blow. Meanwhile, across town,
You are dead, sir.
I'm now just at this point just Sex in the City. Meanwhile, across town, Miranda always says they charge forward. Ah!
Oh, they do charge forward.
I don't remember that part in Sex and the City.
They charge forward. Oh!
I think it's an old Mad TV thing. Anyway, they charge forward
I've never
toward.
seen it.
They charge forward toward Calvin.
Totally Thanes in Sex of the City.
Thing. That's right. So 80% for the first attack. I rolled a 09. That's a hit.
Nice.
Do you want to try to parry that?
I don't have any AP, so
That's
good.
right, okay. Next one is 31.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, gee.
This is going to be a lot of hurt.
The Thane train.
So the Thane
That's like
train. The first one does 9 damage.
Okay. I am hurt.
Okay. And the next one does 8 damage.
I am still hurt.
Oh, nice! Wow.
Nice.
All right.
Beefy
Well, they've got
mage.
you.
Oh, I forgot how beefy you are.
They've got you. Yeah, he's a muscle mage.
Yeah.
They've got Calvin kind of stuck, pinned against the wall between the wall and these barrels. We'll spin it toward you so you can kind of see. You're kind of surrounded. Doesn't mean you can't cast spells. So we know that because we don't provoke counterattacks while casting spells. Otherwise, you can never get a touch spell off. Whose turn's next? Osbert. Okay, you are now bound. You're not bleeding to death, which is good.
You're not.
That would have been bad. What's your brawn bonus?
My brawn bonus
You're
is
hopeless.
7.
Nice. Yeah, he would have bled to death by then. So somehow you survived the captivation of Salamandra, their strange, otherworldly, ethereal loveliness. You were, of course, back here toward the door. And as you look out the door, you can see that there is a group of people running up the hill out in the storm.
I can't tell who they are.
We'll spend an action point to find out.
No, they're not on elk. I'll make some assumptions, but
You want to close the gate?
no, I don't think so.
Just want to leave the door open.
Are they yelling anything?
They're just running up the hill. It looks like a group of soldiers, perhaps, or maybe the nameless. You can't really
the
tell.
gate anyway. It's fucked up. We've messed with the crank thing, so I can't do it anyway. All right, so I'm gonna move.
Okay. All right, where are you going to?
I'm just looking.
Here.
Gonna help Calvin.
You want to get over there? Okay.
Yeah, poor guy. Needs some help.
So, real quick point. You can't fight inside of a doorway because there's no square there. So just put yourself on one side or the other. It's always one to move through, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So just for
He can move all the way across the goddamn cathedral. I mean,
he could, yes.
9, 10,
He's got
Movement's
great
freaking-
movement.
11.
He has twice our bigger.
Yeah,
These walls,
seriously.
by the way, used to be this high
Plus one.
when I first built it. It was impossible to see beyond. So I just use these to make it look cool.
Yeah.
It'll take me 2 movement to get here.
Okay. You charge for it or hustle?
I'll charge.
Sure. Ah! And you've got your double barrel pistol in hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna trip or knock down though.
Okay. All right. That's probably going to be athletics, I think, at this. Or what do you think? Athletics or coordination?
Coordination, of course.
Okay. He slips through the door, and Calvin, here comes Osbert. He comes behind and sweeps his leg out. Sweep the leg,
Sweep the
Osbert.
leg. Oh yeah.
You attempt to sweep the leg. Come on, Osbert. Ellipsis. What will you do? Roll strike. It's routine.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm trying to read my writing. I had
awesome points.
Yeah. Here with like adjust things.
Salamander is a vampire.
You said it was, what was the difficulty
Yes,
again?
yes.
Routine?
Yes.
67%.
That help
chance to
with
succeed.
spell.
That helped. I mean, that was the.
Critical
Yeah.
success.
Nice! They fall off their feet and can't resist, which is nice.
And their sword just goes right up
Pretty-
his
when you fall down, you don't drop your weapons.
Oh, is that because it was critical?
No, it's
so
it takes an extra AP.
critical failure,
like
critical
they
success. They can't resist and must spend 3 AP to get up. In Flames of Freedom, you'll see this
Okay.
in our next game. There's actually critical success, critical failure states for all attacks now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And we have what? 3 AP?
3 coins. Yeah.
3 coin.
Want to use a weapon? We'll swing. Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. Now
Yeah, I'll use a coin.
Yeah.
Hold.
Give me more coins. Just what I need. All right, it's easy.
Easy.
You lower your double-barrel pistol.
No, you just look to see how many points we had.
You're engaged.
84% chance to succeed. That's a success.
Cool. Roll damage. Add 1 for being on the ground.
Add 1.
36.
Yeah,
Yep.
one die. Yeah, 3
Yeah.
dice.
6 plus. It's combat bonus, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 10 damage.
Okay. Not really wounded.
Alright.
You want to roll d6, see if they're injured?
Oh no.
Oh, I think that's a roll
All the way
again.
under.
They're not injured.
Okay, thank you.
It said 6 on this one side.
You want to spin a coin and turn it to a 6?
Don't give him coins.
You want to roll more damage?
Don't give him
Sure?
coins. I'm good.
Oh, are you sure?
My hand is too fat.
Okay.
So is mine. And I don't have a big hand.
We'll do it later. Oh, what is going on here? Don't deprive me of I choose.
I only have
On our
one
last
serving.
game session.
I have
Okay.
One serving.
One
That's all.
serving.
Anything else you wish to do?
That's all my name.
Who's next?
I had a third of the
Keegan.
Keegan! What will you do?
I will spend the AP to see who the hell's coming up the stairs.
Okay. You look out the door.
With your good eye.
Roll an awareness test.
I've
This
got one
test,
good eye, too.
because it's flip to fail all vision tests.
Oh, because of the
Because it's fleeting shadows outside.
the
It's a
darkness.
storm.
It's spooky.
Dang darkest storm out there. It's scary as night.
70 awareness, and a 26 or a 62 will succeed.
You want to keep it?
Oh, is it secret?
Yeah.
Might as well.
He's just baiting you for coins.
Probably. Might as well.
All night.
You stare down the hill. They appear to be unarmored.
Which would be the nameless then? Would I know that? Do we need more people?
And then behind them, you see a gang of elk with riders on elk back
Riders in the storm.
as the nameless are coming up the side of the hill.
Okay.
And I'll take a high cheek for that.
There you go.
And I reward myself with a high cheek.
I know, right? Okay,
For every coin I don't spend, I take a high cheek. That's 1 AP. What do you want to do for your remaining 2?
Okay, so with my last 2, is there still a sister in here? Wasn't there one?
There is. She is just floated in. There's another just around the corner. The dark shadows.
Yeah, why do you think I ran away?
Okay, so I will
What's
use
helpful,
1
so-
to load my shepherd sling,
You're-
and then
I
to
reloaded. I did
fling
a
at
quick
her.
reload, so
I think I have it
I
on
can
her.
only do
What's the range
short
on her?
distances.
You were 9,
It only takes
10,
me
11,
short
12,
distance
13,
or
14,
anything,
15,
so
16,
I
17 yards
I
away.
have to
What's the
shoot
range on a
shots for
shepherd
short.
sling? It's perception bonus plus.
So it's like it's
For the sling?
Yeah,
PV plus 3.
plus 3.
Or 1 plus, 3 plus PV, I believe.
So that's 12. Then I don't
So
quite
you're
have
medium.
range. No, you can't do medium
That's
on a
right, it's
shepherd
throwing.
sling.
That's right. It's throwing! Oh no. What do you want to do with your last AP?
Well, if I can't, I guess load still works. What run?
Load and move.
Yeah, I could.
You want to close the distance on the sister?
What a
You wanna move
silly-
away from the
silly thing to do.
That seems like a very silly thing to do. Instead, I will move to take cover somewhere if I can.
You would be outside.
It has to be outside. And my guys are coming in. No wait. Now Keegan would not hide himself. What am I talking about?
What would Keegan do?
WWKD.
Sacrifice himself. That's kind of what he does now. So instead, I will use the 7 to follow my master here because he went that way.
And die. It's a 7.
That away.
1, 2,
They'll
3,
never
4,
catch
5,
me.
6, 7.
Hell no, but he's gonna try.
You see these weak-kneed thanes kind of like cowering before the floating shadows of the remaining 2 sisters behind. They're cowering behind the fountain. Meanwhile, the chest of coins left completely untouched. All of the supplicants in here are just kind of running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They're not sure what to do. Salamandra, Salamandra, Salamandra! They're kind of some raising their hands toward the vaulted ceiling of the church, almost in a rude, profane ritual that Salamandra would hold her supplicants here, worshipped like a god. Clearly by the people of Sundown Hill. Little did you realize. Whose turn is it next?
3 sisters.
3 sisters.
I think I know where those coins came from.
You need to make that down to 2 sisters.
1, 2,
sister.
3, 4,
Brother,
5,
brother.
6, 7. 7 is 9 is 16. So that is hustle. She descends down from the air and reaches out with her cold dead hands to attack. Keegan, 70%. Roll a 0-1.
Well, I can't roll against that.
No, unfortunately, can't do anything about that. And that's 2d6 plus 5. That's 13 damage. And sorry, it's not 13. I'm so sorry. That's 8 plus 8. It's 16 damage. And as the cold, dead hands of these shadows reach out, Keegan, you need to resist with resolve, and this test for you will be standard. As you feel the cold, dead hands reach through you, trying to take your life.
Resolve. 82 will not do it.
Oh, you lose 3% from agility.
My agility.
The other sister.
I am moderately wounded.
Okay. The other one is engaged with you for 3 action points. Oh, let me roll for injury then. Only a 1. You were not killed. You were not given an injury. And the 3 sisters, remaining 2 sisters' turns are done. Who's next?
Collinsworth.
Collingsworth, what will you do?
Okay.
Wait, was that
Weird
wasn't
calling-
a perilous,
calling
right?
What's that?
Wouldn't have been considered a perilous or a rough and tumble or anything.
Yep,
Her attack on me.
that's what I'm
It
doing.
was an attack.
Standard attack.
Okay,
Or
so
it's an attack action, sorry.
Standard.
I'm gonna
Okay.
charge for 1,
Just making sure.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, toward the Thanes. Protect the sepulture, they say, as you were down here. And there are 2 Thanes there. You charge down the stairs.
Yep.
What do
And
you
then
next?
lumbering through this, Charlotte is going to try and kind of scoop this thing up
Uh-huh.
with an attack.
Disdain.
This thing.
Stain.
Yeah.
Scoop the stain up.
Dang.
You know what Charlotte should do? Do your thing.
Yep.
Do your
Do
thing.
your thing, Charlotte.
You got it, Charlotte.
Okay, so with the charge, that'll be an 85%.
That's a routine.
And 76 will do it.
Nice.
So getting it charged. I'm going, it is a strangling weapon, so
Nice.
do I roll damage first and then?
Roll damage first,
Okay.
and then they need to resist to be
Yeah.
choked.
So
Yikes.
there's a 6.
Oh, God.
So 5, 6 is 11. Plus 3 is 14. Plus 12 is 26.
I don't think you need to choke him.
I think the
doing
Thane
something.
is probably going to be rent to shreds
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing that I can spend a coin here to
I was like, I don't know.
Explain to us what happens.
Charlotte like started pulling him in, and her chest cavity opens up, and like just pulls it inside and crushes him completely.
Oh.
And then
So blood and bones are weeping through the branches.
Yeah, and as that happens, like she opens back up and it discards into a puddle, and
It's like Beastmaster.
I'm going to spend a coin to use a rough and tumble, since I do have a range of 1 yard, and I'm going to attempt to chokehold that other thing.
Nice. Okay. I have 5 coins. You have 1 remaining in player pool. Okay, roll a strike. It's routine.
Okay. I got it. 13. It is athletics, though.
Yes.
So actually, that's better. So 90%.
Nice.
And a 46 will succeed.
Snap. Okay, it'll attempt to resist. I think it's strangely is a full fail. I think, right?
This is just a
Just chokehold. Okay.
just a chokehold. Yeah. So I mean, you did say routine, so it should be challenging. But.
Yeah. So my chance to escape this actually is pretty good. It's a 60%.
There you go.
I roll a 08.
Okay.
So it manages to somehow the thing escapes the chokehold, but is still nonetheless completely paralyzed with, oh my god, what I signed up for. The thing clearly is fighting to the death. They're fanatics. They're trying to protect Salamandra. Salamandra clearly holds power here, and whatever's happening in the sepulcher could spell your doom. Doom. Okay, who's next? Calvin.
Calvin. All right.
You got right on your heels came Osbert, who swept one of them off their feet, despite the fact that they were doing their best to try to kill you.
I am a dashing fellow, by the way.
You are a dashing fellow. So you were stuck here in the corner between between a barrel and a hard place. But then Osbert came and saved the day, where you can escape if you wish, or
I mean, he thinks he came and saved the day, but really, they're trapped in here with me. All right. As I pull out a single branch of witch hazel tree, and I point it outwards as I am going to attempt to cast Cursed Branch.
oh no. Okay, that's a lesser spell.
It's a greater spell.
Greater. Okay, it's gonna be. Normally I would say Argus, but I think it's probably hard.
Okay.
Do you want to do any risks and backlash?
Nah, I don't got any because we only got the one. That's fine.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 59,
Okay.
and I rolled an 89, so that's a failure.
I'm gonna reroll it. Get a coin.
Should I? Sure, we'll reroll it.
Yes, all the
we
coins
need to
are
get
mine.
We need to get in that room.
All right. That's a 72, still failure.
Oh no cursed branch for thee.
Ah.
It's the first spell you failed in a long time.
Today, yeah. I mean,
today.
then there was
you
other
didn't crit
sessions.
fail that whole almost
that
died.
whole session.
Oh
yeah.
man.
So then I'll rough and tumble.
You should have channeled power.
Risk backlash.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Well, I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Well, never mind. That's right. I have all 3 AP. So I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Who's next? Salamandra. Okay. Who's next after that?
Chauncey.
Chauncey. Ready. You are, of course, you just hewed one of these things to death right there. You're gonna try to get down behind there, where the old Earl's pointing you. My name is Earl.
Yes.
Okay, charge.
Well,
Well, is there still one in there?
there's still one of me.
Just a counterattack, no big deal, right?
BT.
We don't know what they do on counterattacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge here. So give me my.
Okay. As that happens, he will make his counterattack for the Thane for 90. I roll a 90. I'll use a coin. I'll use a coin to roll that.
All right.
I roll a
You got enough of
95,
them, right?
so yeah. 04 hits. You can't defend against a
Yeah.
counterattack. So 1d6 plus 5. So I rolled a 1. I'm going to spend a coin, turn that into a 6. So that's 11. 12 damage.
I am still unhurt.
Okay. Somehow, Chauncey powers through.
That damage
Chauncey,
threshold.
what's your damage threshold, just out of curiosity?
14.
Oh my god!
I had a feeling that would happen.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 13.
Okay.
Right on the nose.
Alright, so you come down. Oh man, so you're right here. You charge down toward the. Oh, that poor thing. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens here,
Poor
but.
little thing.
Oh no. Do your thing.
Do your
As
thing.
you charge down, Chauncey.
Okay.
There's only room in
it's,
this castle enough
it's
for
routine.
one thing.
96% chance, and 80 makes it,
Roll damage.
and then an extra fury die because of charge, right? Oh, the worst die
You
roll
got 2 coins.
ever.
Spend those.
You guys want to?
It's up to you.
No, guys, tell me.
I would turn the 1 into a 6.
Okay.
You can only
6.
keep in mind you can only spend 1 coin to turn a 6. Otherwise you coin dump.
Yeah, right. That's
Okay,
fine.
11, 12, 13, and 12. So 25.
We know what happens at 22 with things.
Yeah.
What describe for us what Chauncey does to this poor thing?
I'm gonna do the what's the where he takes the bastard sword and like cuts
Rob
through
Roy?
the Rob Roy cut
That's good.
all the way to his heart and then
Yeah, that's
just
great.
pull it out.
Well, so you have broken through the defenses of the things. You've opened up a way into the sepulcher. You found your way in. There's no Thanes on this side to protect them, so it leaves. So I'm gonna narrate what happens. I'll explain kind of how it all goes down at this point, because I think it'd be fun for me.
For me.
Usually fun for
The
not fun.
the,
No, if
the
it's fun for
name
you,
the
Steve.
nameless are of course the remnants are going to storm into the cathedral, and at this point you can see Charlotte kind of lean underneath the threshold of the arches to get inside, and you're in this darkened chamber with these strange black flickering candles. And Chauncey, try as you might, even with your strength, you can't seem to get the lid of this sepulcher off. But with Charlotte's great strength, she peels it back and throws it against the nearby wall as the stone shatters to pieces. And with that, you take your sword and you just drive it through the heart of this vampiress Salamandra. You have managed at this point, of course, to defeat Salamandra in Sundown Hill. And there's a lot that could still happen inside the cathedral, but I think it's probably important for us instead to talk about like what we think happens, like what happens days or weeks afterward. This is our last game session. We get to decide the outcome of what happens in the north. So once again, we know that the Green John was trying to pay Salamandra to assault the west, assault Hivernia. Right? Because we know there's 2 kingdoms in Dunbrud. There's the Dalriada, which you're in. There's Hivernia. The Green John is dead. The last of the Torqued Lords is at this point. He's the final Torqued Lord. Salamandra has been slain, so the Earl will come out of whatever sort of
Stupor.
yeah, the stupor that happened with that. What happens? Tell me what happens here in the next few weeks. What do you think is a good outcome for your character here in the north?
I think we'd want to make some sort of alliance with Sundown Hill. Basically like a non-aggression pact. Because we want to keep the north divided.
Yeah, you want to keep it divided.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
We will take our share of the gold.
Gold, right?
Yeah, our share.
100% all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a cart waiting right by you.
Yeah, we got a card right there.
Like, so so we know that the game kind of started out with you all come here trying to make a name for yourself and establish yourselves in a new place, to establish Stonehold. You brought back Vernon Stahl and all the others who had came to Stonehold a decade ago, and they now joined you obviously at Stonehold. What happens from here?
I think Vernon would go back to.
Well, let's hold on.
Okay,
let's
go
let's
ahead.
let's,
Sure.
let's start with Adam and talk about what happens with Collinsworth.
Well, I think we were thinking the same thing. But
Yeah.
I'll let you say it. So, with Collinsworth, he finally finds a little bit of peace up here. In some ways, like he was just wanting to go on an adventure. Now he's been on one. So he can go on another if he needs to. But he ultimately wanted to make sure his brother was safe because his brother got into big trouble. So his brother didn't want to leave. So he got in trouble himself to make his brother think he's saving him. And so now that we're up here, and it seems to be fine up here in the north to cast magic more often, he focuses on like bettering his relationship with his animals and teaching other people how to do that. He'll grow like a little more of the like pet bond with Susie, and Hobbs will continue to always prefer Calvin's company. And then Charlotte, however, takes a shine and kind of a liking to Chauncey. As
I am Charlotte.
yeah, Charlotte, let's say after the whole Sepulture thing, was actually kind of excited that they got to.
They shared a moment killing the other.
She's got a little bit of a violent streak. and
I like that about her.
So she continues to kind of follow him around, even though just like with Hobbs, Collinsworth is the one that's in charge. But so that's kind of what's important to him. Is just to make sure that his animals are living well, that his family is living well, and that his friends are living well too. So,
Yeah, fair enough. What about with Calvin?
So Calvin, what I see him doing is, he's got access to a lot of magical lore, because we've murdered a lot of magical people. So what he's going to do is essentially, he's going to act, I think, as a strong force for Stonehold, how the guy of the druids. He's going to be the sorcerer of Storm or the Stonehold.
I like that.
And so, he's going to basically not give the druids an ultimatum to leave us alone or else, but he'll put them into more words of I would rather grow fields and live a peaceful life with Hobbs, but if you come after me, I'll do you like I did Salamandra. And how we did the Crowed Master and how we did all the others. So Spite, if you want to come, but just know it's on.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
good.
Hopefully he believes that the druids would be smart enough to wait until he dies and then take action if they want to fuck the north. But he's going to basically just spend a lot of time learning spells and then just being that magical strength for Stonehold.
It's good. What about Keegan?
See, I thought you'd give this place to Keegan.
So Keegan probably,
Not mine to give the rolls.
Hold on. Everybody gets a turn.
Keegan at this point, he probably has kind of realized that there's not a plan in place whatsoever for what's going to happen to the north after this. Because the Earl at this point had absolutely no idea what was going on, and obviously he was a weak-willed person that got taken over in Keegan's mind. And then there's, Osbert, who he follows because that's the leader. But at the same time, he realizes there's not any idea of any infrastructure, anything that's going to happen in this place whatsoever, because that's what Osbert wants. So I have a feeling that he finds himself because at some point probably Osbert's I got what I want, I don't really care about you at this point, because Keegan is just a follower. And so he'd probably find himself traveling to different groups in the area and trying to help them establish something, and then finding out in the north that that's not something that's going to happen. So then he probably gets disappointed and ends up coming back to Stonehold to do nothing but possibly work out trade routes. That's what I fucking see for the future for Keegan.
That's good.
So,
What of Chauncey? I know you kind of entered the game pretty late, Tim, but what do you think happens to Chauncey at this point?
he didn't have any desire to stay in the North after all the bloodshed he's seen, but I don't know. I think he probably likes his cousins now. And I think he's kind of like Keegan. He thinks that this is the worst person in the world to ever lead a group of people and lead a community. It's a terrible idea. He's just greedy, selfish. He knows what he is. I mean, he is honest about what he is.
I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy.
So I think he would try to find a way to be an opposing force. Not like violent, militaristic, but find a way to make this place better.
So it sounds like Chauncey's going to become the new leader of Old Gralstead, is what I'm hearing.
Or here. I was going to say Keegan should lead here. That was my thought.
Keegan's not a leader.
See, that's the big.
Probably can do a better job than this guy.
He becomes a vizier or something.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If his face was up front, there's no way in hell Keegan can do it. He cannot be the face of something. If he's giving information in the background, he's great.
So will we say then that Chauncey is probably elsewhere than Stonehold?
Yes. Yeah.
So-
I mean, he would come visit often, but
Yeah.
I don't think he would stay underneath. There's no possible way.
Old
to go there.
Gralstead's
if
nice
you-
and close.
I would say if you went and took over a place, there's a very good chance that Keegan would actually go that route because he's like, that's the person that liked what I said. So that's it doesn't take much.
I'm getting this image in my head of you coming to Gralstead and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 as Charlotte rushes out to meet you.
Well, that's interesting because then it kind of, I don't know, we'll talk about Osborne in a second, but think about that for a moment. Like, if Chauncey and Keegan go to Old Gralstead, which has no leader at this point because the Green John is dead, the last of the Torque Lords is gone.
Right.
That leaves them a rudderless people. We don't know what happened to Verna at this point. We don't know what happened to the others, but that's not important. It's important what happens to our characters. So, last but not least, Osbert. Like, what happens?
Osbert splits the loot with the Nameless, so he gives half of the chest to them, and returns to Stonehold and attempts to live out the rest of his days in peace. Like he carved out his peace. That's all he wants. He's not greedy. He just wants Stonehold and somewhere to live. That's it. He's not trying to
Control the world.
annex lands or anything like that. He just wants a place in the north where he can hang his hat.
Yeah. Anything else for Osbert?
Not really. No, I mean he just basically fulfilled his destiny. He's a Thane of the North, and he has somewhere to live. He would attempt to help Vernon, return to his homeland.
The Old Gralstead.
Old Gralstead, and help him as best he can, to reestablish as the leader, if that's something that Vernon would want to do.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I would say that he would, but
What do you know?
Well, the great thing about this game is that the stories carry forward, and we know that the choices you make have repercussions further on. So I'm 44 now. I'm gonna be 48 until we revisit this game. But I think we can pretty much assume that if you've established Stonehold as a foothold, it won't be long until King Cassandra Malister sends people here to ensure that Aglador's interests are extended into the north, especially with the death of the Green John and the threat that Salamandra had. What happens with Spite and the Druids are a different matter altogether. But Salamandra is defeated, as are the Three Sisters. And I think we'll wrap up the game here.
Okay.
30 sessions later, this is it. Yeah. Well, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Game over.
Roll credits.
Game over.
You
Roll
win.
credits. You win.
New high score.
So thank you all. Obviously, thanks patrons for watching and hanging out with us for the last 30 game sessions over the pandemic. We've played most of them remote. We started recording about 10 sessions ago. This is our third in-person game. Really good time for transition. Speaking of transition, we'll be getting a new game next week with a new player, Sarah. So we're going to roll up all new characters, basic tier. We're going to blend Flames of Freedom and Zweihander together effortlessly with lots of lessons learned here since we've been playtesting Flames of Freedom and now we're using it in total. So more stories to come. We'll be returning back to Aglador for some fun stuff there. We'll talk about those details. We'll recreate characters and kind of form the foundations of the story next week. But thanks for watching Desperation Point. And thanks for supporting the Patreon.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Despite the pandemic. We will have more Feast for Friends. Thank you to patrons. This is our second Feast for Friends with your patronage. We've managed to buy dinner twice now, which is awesome. And we'll continue to do so.
A
Yeah.
nice chicken strip dinner.
Yeah. And chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets. But yeah, we'll resume next week. Thank you all for watching.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Roll credits.